Are we streaming? I don't know. Okay. Okay. We're back. Friday. I was feeling like shit, but then what else is new? Lately I've been working really hard on my diet and weight and all that, but because it was Thanksgiving over here in the United States, I think I may have eaten a little too much. So, I was not feeling my best self, but I am feeling a lot better. Today, obviously, so, yeah. Oh, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and continue, I guess. Yeah. You know what's up. But hopefully your Thanksgiving was a lot better than mine. Hopefully you guys didn't have to work. Hopefully you guys didn't have to work on Black Friday either, which is a cursed thing. Alright, we're still on the 5th. Oh yeah, last time we, figured out a thief? Yeah, so I'm just wondering what's gonna happen next. Like, what's gonna happen in this case?
See? That's why I ate grown-ups. All they do is feed you a pack of lies and take stuff away from you.
Oh, really, Mr. Strat? Tell me, is that overcoat keeping you warm?
What?
Oh my, surely you were given that.
Yeah, the D let me keep it, after I looked daggers at him for long enough. He went through the pockets and then said, "Go on then, have it," before telling me to scalper. Always pays off, giving people a look like you ate them.
I can't help feeling that it's gonna get you into serious trouble one day. Yeah, no kidding.
What I really wanted was a nice shiny disc, mind?
The music box disc? But Mr. Windibank said it was practically worthless.
I think I'm gonna go and have another bash. Give him long and hard stare.
I think not, Mr. Strap. We shan't enter Windibank's again today.
Why not? That's not fair.
It can't be helped, I'm afraid. The police are investigating the scene now and taking a statement from Mr. Windibank.
But that is mine. I had a ticket for this coat, and it was in this coat's pocket. And there should be something else and all. That's what's that wrong Gove said, ain't it?
Yes, he did mention something about another article, didn't he?
Well then, that's mine too. Whatever it is.
Now she's really pushing her luck. And it looks like she's giving us that same look too. Yikes. And hopefully if you're a student too, I forgot to mention, that you're doing okay with getting ready for finals and everything. You got this, alright? Hopefully you have a nice, long, and safe break ahead of you. Mr. Strat, I think it's time to admit defeat. You've had your haul for the day.
Yeah, it is all your fault, Sholmes.
So what are your plans now? Will you dine with us this evening? Are you gonna pay for her? Because we don't have money.
Eh?
Iris would be delighted to cook, I'm sure, and I might entertain you with a modest violin recital.
Nota.
Oh.
Why would I come round your place, eh? Have you lost your head or something?
There she goes. Oh dear, she's gone. Having reviled on me quite unnecessarily, I might add. I can't help wondering if perhaps she might turn up anyway. Well, she might. I mean, she's like, she kind of reminds me of a cat in a way. Interesting. Once she's had her chance to calm down, I think there's a good chance she'll decide to come. Very well then. I'll inform Iris to set a place for our potential guests at the dinner table this evening. And one more thing. I should be glad of your company later too. Sorry? I believe I will have a rather splendid surprise to show you. Oh god! Don't die on me now, Sholmes. I hate it when characters say this now. Especially in Ace Attorney games. Hello? Ugh, I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. Bad vibes, you guys. Bad vibes.
Oh, how exciting! What is it?
You shall have to wait and see, Mr. Sato. Until later then. There goes that imbecile that we all love and adore. Well, we can't even go. Okay. Well, I guess we don't have much of a... Can we go right? No, we can't. Yeah, we don't have much of a choice but to go in. Can we go in? Oh, we can't. Okay, so... I guess we're just gonna be vibing. Doing what we do best.
Ah, Susie and Runen, come in.
Oh, good afternoon, Iris. Thank you so much for breakfast this morning.
Oh, don't mention it. Goodness, look at the time already.
Busy as always?
I am preparing everything for dinner this evening.
Already? You're obviously cooking something special, are you?
Oh, yes. After all, we have a special guest joining us. Guess who it is? Go on. You'll never guess.
Look at those little eyes of her shining. Oh dear. It is awkward when you already know the answer, isn't it?
It's Ginny! Isn't that exciting?
Oh, what a surprise!
Yes, that's wonderful news.
Wow, Iris seems overjoyed at the idea. Oh, I didn't notice that detail of her backpack. That's actually really cute.
I can't wait to learn some pickpocketing tips from a real professional.
Oh yes, that does sound like... Wait a minute. I'm not sure that's entirely appropriate. Are you Mr. Naruhodo? By the way, Iris, what's Mr. Sholmes up to?
Hurley? Oh, he's been like that ever since he got back.
Hello, Mr. Sholmes? I beg you won't speak to me. Sorry? I don't know who you are, but kindly take your leave. As you can see, I'm not here. Excuse me?
Huh?
I don't know how to respond to that.
I do apologize. When he gets like this, he's completely oblivious to everything.
Yes, I see.
Really, he behaves just like a child sometimes. Hurley does.
Mr. Sholmes and Iris have something of a parent and child relationship, don't they? Please don't be weird. I am begging you. I am begging you, don't be weird. Please don't be weird. Oh god, I'm begging you. Yes, except that Iris is clearly the parent here. Come to think of it, I wonder what her real parents are.
What's the matter, Renu? You have ever such a funny look on your face.
Oh, no, it's nothing.
I know what it is. Why does this girl live here with Mr. Sholmes? You're wondering. Am I right? How did you know? Oh, Renu, I can read you like a book.
Well, then again, I'm pretty sure we could figure out what he's thinking anyway, you know? That's just his shtick. This girl is dangerous.
Don't worry, you can ask me anything. I won't mind.
Okay. Okay, so let's talk to her. Ginny. So, by Ginny, you mean Miss Lestrand, the young woman from the McGilda case 2 months ago, right?
Yes, who also stole my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Although after that trial, I invited her back here and we had dinner together. And now we're the best of friends.
Oh, what a lovely tale.
Yes, now if I bump into her onto the street, she runs away as fast as she can.
Probably a little too embarrassed. Sorry, just checking something out real quick.
Oh. And I chase after her down the back alleys.
Interesting idea of friendship. Fellas? Question mark? How do we react to this?
And then I let her have the latest colorless smoke grenade I've developed.
Oh.
There are so many beautiful colors in the world. Ginny wants me to make a whole rainbow.
Fellas! I suppose this means you've let Mr. Strand keep the smoke grenade launcher, haven't you?
Yes, that's right.
I don't know, it's hard for me to master this little girl's English accent and have the high pitch. I'll get there. I'll get there.
I get bored of it anyway. Hurley always reacts the same when I shoot him with it now.
Okay. Poor Hurley. Why Hurley? I'm actually curious on that nickname.
Oh, I can't wait for Ginny to arrive. It's been too long since she last came over. I'm so excited.
I just hope she does actually come. Well, what's it like living with Hurley, I guess?
I'm sure you've been wondering why is it that I live here with Hurley, haven't you?
Well, it has crossed my mind. That and, where are your real parents?
My mummy and daddy aren't with me anymore.
Oh.
Mummy passed away when I was born. And at around the same time, my father, well, he had to go to a far away land because of one of the cases he and Hurley were working on.
Oh. Wait a minute. Did you say he and Hurley?
Yes. Daddy and Hurley were always solving mysterious cases together.
She didn't mention that before. Interesting.
He wrote them all up in his diaries. That's what's in the metal chest over there.
Really? He recorded them all?
So, you mean it's true? Mr. Sholmes really did have a partner with whom he tackled some of his most taxing cases? Oh, yes. I mean, it's always nice to have one, isn't it?
So Mr. Sholmes' partner was your father?
Exactly! Harley told me I wasn't allowed to look in the chest. But that only made me want to look in even more. So I opened it up and found your father's memoirs. Yes, so I asked Hurley who wrote these. He nearly fell off his chair. But then he told me, and that's when I found out that the author of all these accounts was my father.
So Iris's father was Mr. Sholmes' partner. Okay, that makes more sense why they're living with one another. Because I just don't, I'm tired of the weird animation. Like, I'm really tired. It was way overdone when I first saw that shit. And it's way, way overdone now.
I practically lived with Hurley all my life. I was tiny when he took me in. So, it came as quite a shock. And when Hurley told me he wasn't really my daddy, I mean, it must have done. I wonder why Mr. Sholmes chose to tell you.
and at such a young age.
Harley says it's because he wouldn't have been able to hide it from me.
What does he mean by that?
Oh? Well, having lived with Harley all these years, you might say that his ways have rubbed off on me. There are some things I can just see. Especially lies. I almost know when people are lying before they open their mouths sometimes.
Isn't that what Apollo can do? Except it's called perceive. He's fucking sitting there straining his eyes like a madman. In context, yeah, it makes sense, but out of context, you see this motherfucker straining his eyes at the witness, and it's like, dude, chill. Have you ever seen, it was that one episode, the episode of SpongeBob comes to mind, I think, when they're trying to overly focus on people, and there's like a shot of the fish, and you see the fish getting closer, but the fish is kind of like sweating. It's like that. That's what I was thinking about when Apollo, when I played Apollo Justice like years ago. Right.
Anyway, I was so fascinating when I read Daddy's diaries. That's what inspired me to write the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, actually.
I'd always assumed Mr. Sholmes simply told you all those thrilling stories.
Oh no, Hurley's hopeless like that. He forgets everything. As soon as he solves the case, it all but vanishes from his mind.
Oh, so it's like he dumps his memory with a computer?
Oh, I see. The other day was so embarrassing. As usual, he totally forgot about the case he just solved. So the very next day, he gathered together all the people involved and proceeded to solve the case again. It was quite a shock for everyone.
Huh. You say that again. You share your father's surname, don't you, Iris?
That's right! Wilson! Daddy is Dr. John H. Wilson!
Oh shit, wait, isn't that the name of the first victim? From the very first case?
I learnt it from his diaries that he's a doctor of medicine, you see. That's what prompted me to study and study so that I can earn a doctorate as well.
Iris's father, who went to some distant land. Yeah, that's the same guy, right? It is a doctor by the name of John H. Wilson. Yep. Oh no. The court will now hear the trial of Renosuke Naruhodo. Hi, Mega Billiam. How are you doing tonight? Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case. You got your tingle, nation. The victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson. Oh no! We gotta have to be the ones to tell her. That's right. Visiting professor of medicine at Imperial Yumei University. And the man who, in the most bizarre of circumstances, lost his life just before we left Japan. Miss Susato. Yes. Perhaps we shouldn't pursue this conversation any further at this time. I think that would be for the best. Yeah, no kidding. Jeez.
Ah, my dear fellows, how good to see you. Hey, Mr. Sholmes! Why ever did you not make your presence known to me before?
Well, you told us to leave you alone.
Well, no matter now. So, how the devil are you?
We've been with you for most of the day.
Goodness, really?
Do tell me, Mr. Sholmes, is your violin unscathed?
My violin? Whatever are you talking about, dear madam? Oh, never mind that now. I have something far more interesting to show you. Behold, my dear fellows. Oh, another music box disc. No, not another disc, Miss Sato. This is the one Gregson demanded we hand over as evidence. Mr. McGilded's disc. Oh shit.
Oh my! Then what's it doing here? You know, at times, Mr. Naruhodo, I think that though I have an undeniable talent for detection, I may well be even more adept at larceny.
Oh, that would be wonderfully exciting. I'd be your pickpocketing assistant. And Runo could be our go-to lawyer if we ever got caught.
Right.
Plus, Susie has such beautiful handwriting. She can write all of our menacing crime notifications. Almost like we are Phantom Hearts or something. I don't know. It's just a phrase that I made up on the spot.
Yes, I'd be delighted. I'm just gonna pretend this conversation never happened. I think. Okay, Hurley. I don't understand. How did that disc come to be in your possession? I thought Inspector Gregson took it back to Scotland Yard. Quite correct. And that sort of uncompromising attitude is precisely why I always carry some of this. Oh yeah, you like caramel, huh? Caramel, I guess. That's a bar of caramel, Mr. Sholmes. Your one and only friend in times of loneliness, if I'm not mistaken. If you will humor me, my dear fellows, cast your minds back to when the good detective confiscated the disc. I'll be taking whatever it is and begin this down to the yard, thank you very much. So hand it over. Oh, yes, of course. If the police demand something as evident, my dear fellow, we have no choice but to capitulate. It's all yours, Inspector. Oh, don't tell me he switched it. For the briefest of moments, I had the disc in my hand. Did I not? Yes, you did. But I still don't understand. It was at precisely that moment that I summoned my one and only friend into action. I pressed the disc into a pair of bars. Like this. Oh, okay. Okay, so you got a print of it. That's amazing. The disc and all the minuscule protrusions have made an image of the cart and the caramel. Indeed, this caramel is quite exceptional. I developed it myself, you know. Oh please, you probably just buy it at the 99-pence store or whatever. Whatever the thing is. Suitably soft for making impressions but resistant to melting. The result of a precisely controlled solution. How extraordinary! Carrying a pair of these on one person frequently proves very useful indeed. Take a house key, for example. A simple press and its unique form is duplicated. I can enter anyone's property at will, and never without high sucrose nourishment. Yes, sounds illegal. I mean, technically yes, but when you're a PI, you gotta bend the rules. Is it a stream without me burping? No, it's not. From the image, I was able to create this. I confess I was most curious to know what manner of music would issue from the disc when played. How was he able to... You know what? I'm not gonna question it. I shouldn't question it. Magnus McGilded. Not a name I expected to hear again so soon. Yes, it's only been 2 months since that grisly case. Yeah, no joke. I'm still wondering what... I guess maybe not so much the point, but why it happened, you know? Chat, do you have any idea? Mr. McGilded perished within hours of the trial's conclusion. Was it the curse of the Reaper? No one knows. Still now, the omnibus was reduced to a pile of ash. Not a shred of evidence remained. And with the man's death, the truth about the murder in which he was so intimately involved was buried. I don't know. Chad, did Mr. McGilder really kill that motherfucker? Even though we successfully established Mr. McGilder's innocence at the trial, newspapers are still claiming that it remains an unsolved case. And what about that crazy lady from the beginning? The murder of the brickmaker, Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason. There's that twink again. In the end, the truth of the matter remains a mystery, and we still have no idea what really happened that night. And although Mr. McGilder was found not guilty through my defense, I still don't know if that was the right judgment or not. It would appear the case is not yet closed. I mean, what else can we say? Chat, do you have any thoughts? Do tell us then, Mr. Sholmes. What music does the disc play? Well, unfortunately, I have no idea. No idea? None whatsoever. Then again, your head is completely empty at all times, King. So... Are you familiar with the workings of a music box, my dear fellows? No, I'm afraid not. Do you, chat? I'm kidding. Goodness! You don't know, Bruno? Inside the music box, there's a special metal piece called a comb. That's what produces the sound. Oh, I see. So it kind of brushes and it makes a sound. Small protuberances pluck the different teeth of the comb as they rotate past it, making the different notes. The first music boxes to be invented used a rotating cylinder with protuberances on it. But over time, a new type of player was produced, which uses discs such as these. And I think maybe right after that the record was made? Wondering, curious. With that development, the popularity of music boxes spread far and wide, all around the globe. Why, exactly? Because the discs are easy to produce and can be interchanged to facilitate the playing of different tunes. There are a great many firms in Europe now manufacturing music boxes as a result. It is wonderful to be able to enjoy music even when no performer is present. But it is the very success of the invention that means we are now presented with an insurmountable problem. What do you mean? As you may imagine, the construction of one firm's music box does not match that of another. Oh, I see. So it's like, it's custom made almost exclusively for that particular company, and they gotta find the company. Wow. And we have no way of knowing in which music box this particular disc was designed to be played. There is no resolution to this problem, I'm afraid. It is quite untraceable. Ah, I see. So that's why. Well, Gina might know? Naturally, I tested the disc in those few music boxes I have at my disposal. But as you can hear, to no avail. The results were equally unsatisfactory with this one and this one. So, I am presently engaged in acquiring an example of all the music boxes ever made in Europe. Every single one? That's hurley for you, always taking things too far. But my dear girl, an unsolved riddle is quite repugnant to my constitution. But surely all the different types of Europe will amount to a huge volume of music boxes, won't it? Do they even have the money? Yes, that is certainly true. In the worst case, I shall just have to ask you to vacate the attic room. What?
Huh? Well, it's time that I started getting things ready for dinner, I think. Ginny will be here before long. Thank you, Iris. Oh, well, you must let me help you then. Of course, Susie. There's plenty to do. I think I shall investigate the condition of my faithful performing partner. Now then, where did I leave it? Let this be a lesson to you, Mr. Sholmes. Never leave anything too precious with the pawnbroker. Yes, you may be right. Oh, that reminds me of something Mr. Winterpig said before. He said that he had a manuscript of Iris's in pawn, didn't he? Did he? Yes, he definitely mentioned it. Mr. Sholmes' latest tale of otherworldly mystery lies dormant in my storeroom were his words, I believe. So you heard about that, did you? I expect you were as incensed as I was. As I was. Oh, yes. The idea of such a wonderful story languishing in Mr. Winterpig's storeroom gathering dust. My dear madam, I'm quite sure I told you already. The pawnbroker's storeroom is the safest place for it. More secured than the bank's vault. And what about your Stradivius, Hurley? Was that safe and secure? Well, there may be the occasional mix-up, caused by a certain impetuous someone not too far from me now. Do you have any idea how long it took me to write that Bakersfield story, Hurley? Oh, it sounds so exciting. The Hound of Baskerville. I should love to read it.
Oh. What did we do? What's going on here? Yeah, exactly. What's going on? Why does it feel like an icy chill just swept through the room? Did we say something?
Susie, what did you just say? You said the Hound of the Baskervilles? But how could you know the full title?
Well, that's because Mr. Sato is such a great fan of all the stories about Mr. Sholmes, of course.
But Bruno, the Hound of the Baskervilles has never been published.
What?
When I showed Hurley the manuscript, he told me that I wasn't allowed to publish it yet.
I don't understand.
That's why he said that he'd keep it safe until there was the right time for the story to be made public, you see.
So that's why the manuscript is at Winterpig's.
And yet, how could Susie know its title? Well, Hurley, what's going on?
Were we not supposed to know? What is it, Mr. Sholmes? It would appear our guest has arrived. Gina arrived after all? Miss Lestrade!
This was a bad idea. I knew I weren't welcome. I'm going.
No! No, wait! Miss Lestrade! We've all been eagerly awaiting your arrival. Haven't we, Iris?
Oh, yes. Just wait there, Ginny. We'll have everything ready in a jiffy. Come along, Susie.
Right, of course. It's a pleasure to see you here, Mr. Stan. Please, make yourself at home. Don't stand at the doorway, my dear girl. Come along in. What say you to some Minnesota? Did I say that right? There's so many words I can't say. I won't take no for an answer. Meddlesome it is, then. I'm guessing I said it right.
The kitty! The kitty!
We got cats, guys. We got cats. That evening, Iris prepared us all a meal that was even more delicious than usual. Mr. Sholmes' violin performance was in no way meddlesome. Regina, as we come to call her, taught us all how to steal things from one another without being noticed. Hey, it's a useful skill. It really is. It can be. Everyone thoroughly enjoyed themselves well into the night. Until there's some shit that I swear, something happens to this group, I'm gonna cry. I'll cry on stream, I don't give a fuck. That was a very enjoyable evening, wasn't it? Oh yes, Iris's cooking was truly divine. And I feel as though I could still hear the enchanting strains of Mr. Sholmes' violin, even now. Best of all, I bet I could steal the glass up from his lordship's face next time we're in court. Do it, Queen. Do it. Fuck it. Do it, Queen. Hodo-san, can I consult with you about something you're doing? Well, what's the matter, Chisato-san? It's a telegram I received. The one I arrived first thing this morning, I suppose. I've been summoned. What? Summoned? What do you mean? Exactly, elaborate. The telegram was from the Lord Chief Justice's office. From the Lord Chief Justice's office. Lord Strongheart has to see me. The Lord Chief Justice? When? Tomorrow morning. What? Then we have to start preparing at once. Oh, no. That won't be necessary, Naruhodo-san. I've been summoned alone. What? Okay, nothing better fucking nothing. Nothing better happen to this child. I will flip the fuck out. Alone? What on earth for? I have no idea. I suppose I shall find out tomorrow. What's all this about? Whatever it is, it's making me feel very uneasy. Yeah, I don't like it either, bro. I don't like it at all. I don't trust these people with the darling Susato. Oh, who could that be, I wonder?
Good evening, friends.
Ah, Iris. Hello again.
I'm Gina too. Yes, Ginny's gonna stay with us tonight. She's going to sleep in with me. Isn't that right, Ginny?
Well, yeah. How lovely.
Let me make a pot of tea.
Okay.
You know, I've learned so much today.
Oh, what in particular?
All those things Ginny showed us. Wasn't it wonderful?
You mean all those pickpocketing techniques? And we had fun trying them out on each other, didn't we?
I think I've awakened a natural talent. I can earn a living from it.
You might be getting ahead of yourself a little there. Oh no, she has the gifted kid syndrome. So, what brings you here to our humble quarters at this late hour?
Well, you see, I came to return this.
Wait, what?
That's mine. Oh my, however did you... I told you, didn't I?
I didn't even know it was gone.
I have a natural talent for it.
Oh yes, I'd forgotten. Iris is literally a child genius. No fucking pressure for her when you're an adult or anything. Like seriously, no pressure.
So, anyway, here, you can have it back. Not that I really understand why you wear it though.
Thank you.
Alright then, good night.
Yes, good night.
So this is your office, is it? What do you think, Ginny?
I think I would advance any chances with a lawyer who places in a... Hold on, let me try that again. Blech. I think I would advance any chances with a lawyer who lives in a place like this.
Yes, me too.
It seems as though Iris here still has something she'd like to talk about. I suppose she probably wants to talk about the manuscript. Yes, I suppose she probably does. Okay. Iris, I suppose you're hoping to talk about the manuscript, aren't you?
Aren't you going to tell me?
I'm so sorry. I need a little more time. Please.
Alright, I understand. I hope I haven't made you feel awkward.
Oh no, not at all, Iris. Not at all.
I don't know what all this about really, but... It's a story you made up, is it, Iris? This mental script or whatever you call it?
It's not exactly a story that I made up. It's something I read in Daddy's diaries. Daddy's? That's right. I did suppose I'd mentioned it to you before, Ginny. But my daddy was Hurley's assistant once. His partner.
Eh? They solved all sorts of strange and mysterious cases together. Is that right, mister?
Apparently so. I was as surprised as you are, though.
And Daddy wrote all of the details in every single case down, you see, in his diaries. So I study them and write my stories based on what actually happened. So, where's your old man down then? He had to go away on urgent business to a faraway land, and he'll be gone for a very long time. So, I've never really met him.
Oh, right.
Come to think of it,
I don't know anything about Gina's parents either. Perhaps we should ask her. Well, let's finish talking to Iris first, at least. Iris, this Hounds of the Bakersfield story, I take it that it's another tale inspired by your father's accounts?
That's right, I thought it was fascinating. But it's different somehow. From the other cases, I mean.
I'll be honest, I've actually never read any of the Sherlock Holmes stories. Thanks to, like, I guess it's more like I just don't know where to start. Hey chat, have you ever read any of the Sherlock Holmes story, or have you ever took any interest in the lore of the man, and the myth, and the legend? Like, I know House MD is obviously based off of Sherlock Holmes. I never took an interest in BBC Sherlock. I wanted to watch Elementary, but I did not have cable, and I just kind of like said fuck it. But I may just like find it somewhere online and maybe take a gander, you know? Perhaps. Because I do like Lucy Liu, and Lucy Liu's in it, so.
Oh, how? I don't really know, but it must be special in some way, because after I've written it and I showed the manuscript to Hurley, he turned as white as a sheet. It was the first time I ever seen him like that.
It pains me to have to say this after you toiled over it for so long, Iris. Like, I understand NaNoWriMo is important to you and all, but this story must not be published at this time, under any circumstances.
But why not? It's one of my best works!
not at liberty to say. Not now. So please, do not ask me. I swear, if anything happens to these people, Susato, Hopes, Iris, and maybe by extension Gina, because I'm already kind of attached to her. If anything happens to her, I'm gonna be upset.
Alright then, I won't.
But I do solemnly swear that I will explain everything one day, Iris. When the time is right. And that's how the manuscript came to be with Mr. Winterbank, isn't it?
Yes. Hurley said it had to be somewhere very safe. That really gets my goat, that does. He's treating you like a child.
She is a child, though. Like, she is a child, though. Like, come on, Gina. I get your point. I do. But she is a child, just like you.
It's mean. That's what it is. Keeping secrets like that.
I'm sure Mr. Sholmes isn't trying to be mean.
Eh?
If he said he wasn't at liberty to talk about it, I'm sure there must have been a very good reason. I think so too.
You lot are too trusting for your own good. But you can't pull the wool over my eyes. Sholmes is lying to Iris. I bet my life on it.
Don't say it like that, damn it, Gina, come on. What?
Hurley's lying to me?
I don't know, man. I don't like this. What do you think, chat? What do you think is gonna happen? I think we have to. Yep, we have to examine her. I realized that I don't know anything about your parents, Gina.
I ain't going to need, have I? Neither did I.
Oh.
Look, the East End's full of orphans like me. No one wants nothing to do with us from the minute we're born. Not even our mums.
Well, Iris is lucky that she did have Sholmes to take her in. But, Gina... I get it, I do.
But we all stick together. The elder ones look after the little ones and make sure they get by.
So that's why you're a pickpocket. Well, I think she does it for fun.
Nah, dive is my life. I love it. I get a kick out of it every time I lift some pompous idiot's purse. And that's how we can afford to eat. I'm like Robin Hood, ain't I? That's how I see it.
One day I actually kind of want to do a Robin Hood rewrite. That would be a lot of fun to do. Oh, Gina.
I do think about it sometimes. What would it be like to our parents, I mean? I always thought it'd make everything right. But I haven't listened to what Iris just said. It sounds like having a parent ain't always easy either. Is it?
Oh.
Ew. I mean, if you know you've never had him, you don't feel like you're always wanting to meet him.
I guess that's a good point.
It's true. I do want to see Daddy. It's so much.
Oh, Iris. Oh, well, explain to yourself, Missy. Gina, what do you mean when you said that you know Mr. Sholmes is lying to Iris?
Well, I reckon he popped their mental script or whatever, right? But come on! That's obviously a load of rubbish!
Oh my! Why would you think that, Gina?
It's simple. That story was really an old Winterbank storeroom. There's no way someone from halfway around the world, in other words, you, could know about it. Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, he sold it.
Yeah, if he did that, that'd be really fucked up.
Without telling you. But Hurley would never do something like that. I'm sure of it. Ha! The grown-ups do a lot worse than that, believe me. Barefaced liars, a lot of them. You just ain't realized it yet.
That's... I don't know. I mean, sure, Sholmes is a imbecile. Like, the biggest fucking imbecile and all. But I don't think even he would do that.
I'm telling you, that mental script went at Windibanks. You'll soon see to be out of luck. Even if you think you can trust him, I don't. That Sholmes is a liar like the rest of them. If I'm honest, I have wondered if Hurley's telling me the truth sometimes.
I mean, that's fair.
See? Oh, but I don't mean that I think he sold it. I mean, that sometimes I wonder if he might have hidden my manuscript somewhere. Somewhere I don't know. Even though it's wrong of me to doubt him.
Don't be too hard on yourself, Iris. I mean, what does chat think?
Oh my goodness, look at the time. Come along, Ginny. We should go back downstairs.
Yeah, alright.
And please, don't mention this. Don't mention any of this to Hurley, will you?
No, of course not. Good night then, Iris. Good night, Gina.
You must let me make breakfast for you tomorrow morning. I insist. Oh, yes, please. I can't wait, Susie. Good night then.
Iris, it sure is easy to forget, isn't it? Sometimes she speaks just like an adult, but deep down, she's still just a child. Yeah, really that's the burden of being a gifted, so-called gifted child, you know? Forced to grow up is either never good enough, or you have to keep the pressure, or they're always keeping the pressure on. And poor Iris, she just wants to see her pop. So why am I trying to say puppy?
Well, I think it's time I turn in for the night too, Naruhodo-san.
So what, is he just sleeping in the office, I wonder?
Dr. John H. Wilson, Iris's father. But also, the name of the murdered visiting professor at Yume University. It can't be a mere coincidence. There's something deeper going on.
I don't like this. I don't like this, chat. Something's about to happen. I don't like it.
Mr. Naruhodo. Mr. Naruhodo. That voice.
That's Mr. Sholmes. Hello? Oh god. Oh god, what happened? What's going on? It's the middle of the night. It's Miss Lestrade. She's gone.
Gina?
She was supposed to be sleeping in Iris's room, but her bed is empty.
Well,
she's an independent young woman. She probably decided to go home, no? I think not. From speaking to her before she retired, I received a distinct impression that she was looking forward to breakfasting with Miss Usato. Wait. Hold on. Oh, I see. I think I see his point now, yeah. It's just the way he worded it was kind of weird. No, I don't believe the girl has gone home. But I've been waiting for over an hour now. Over an hour? Oh. If you'll indulge me, look out of the window, my dear fellow. Okay, what's this about? What are we seeing? Huh? Why is there a light in there? Wait a minute. Why is there a light on at this time of night? Oh god, that's Mr. Windibank's pawnbrokery. Mr. Windibank's... Oh no!
It's simple. If that story was really an old Windibank storeroom, there's no way someone from halfway around the world, in other words, you, could know about it.
Oh no, did she break in?
Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, he sold it. without telling you.
Could Gina have gone? It seems you have some knowledge of the situation, Mr. Naruhodo. Sorry? No. Yeah, we don't know nothing. No, not really. Well, anyway, we must investigate.
At once.
Mr. Sato! Okay, I guess we're going. Gotta figure out who stole this shit again. Guess my title's true so far. The door to Window Pinks. It's open. And the lamp is burning. It must be Gina, mustn't it? Let us hope it's nothing more than sinister. Nothing more sinister. What? Come, there's not a moment to lose. Clearly something is afoot inside. Okay. I don't like this seriousness. Wait a second. Is that blood on the calendar? Huh? What the fuck happened? There's no one here. Oh, yes. There is. Oh, shit! Oh, fuck! Ah! Mr. Sholmes! Mr. Sholmes! Oh, God, what the? Has Sholmes been shot? He's what? What is going on? Leave me, Mr. Naruhodo. But after them, go! Right. A chase sequence? Hello? Huh? Blast! I've lost them! Hello? Are we here? What? The alarm was just raised from this pawnbroker, sir. Would you know something about that? Officer, come with me! It's my friend, Mr. Sholmes. He's been shot! Shot? They made a whole ass sprite for him, with the policeman close behind me. I ran back to Window Banks. Oh God, please don't tell me he's dead. Oh God, don't kill him! No! Oh God, I don't like this. Oh God, who is this? Oh no.
Mr. Sholmes!
Mr. Naruhodo!
How bad is it? Never mind me, but there's much at stake. Behind that door. In the storeroom. Hurry! It's Gina!
No! What? Hello? No, Mr. Winterpink is dead! He's dead! Oh, we have to continue. I mean, we're gonna save just in case, but we are continuing it because what the fuck? What? Oh my God! Oh my, bang! No! Ah! I'll be all right, Mr. Naruhodo. After them, go! Behind that door, in the storeroom. Hurry! Oh God, do we gotta live through this again? No, I don't like this. That can't. No, it's Gina. No, but she didn't do it. There's no way. We know that she did it from that moment when the Pink's pawnbrokery became a crime scene. Everything that followed happened in a whirlwind of activity. The arrival of the police, the preliminary investigation of the scene, and the questioning. It was just before dawn, before I was allowed back to my lodgings at 221B. Oof, I'm so excited. I'm burping all over the place. What? Oh my God. I don't think... Oh, Iris! A telegram came, but all it said was, wait at home. Oh, yes, we've asked one of the policemen to have it sent. It was simply impossible to come back.
When I woke up, I was all alone. Harley and Ginny were gone. Everyone was gone. What happened, Reno?
Poor Iris. She's trembling. She's obviously trying very hard not to let herself get too worried. I'll explain everything that I know.
Something awful has happened, hasn't it?
Yes, I'm afraid so.
How do you explain this? Oh my god.
I'm sorry to have to tell you this, Iris, but Mr. Windibank is dead. He was shot. We discovered it in the early hours of the morning.
Yes, I had a feeling.
You did?
Well, I swear I saw it all those police charges. Carriages holding up outside his shop. I can't imagine actual charges though. So I knew something must have happened there.
When we entered Windibank's in small hours, we were disturbed by a gang of 2 thugs. They ran out in the street and I chased after them, but they got away.
So it was one of them who shot Mr. Windibank, I suppose.
I don't know, but that's not what the police believe at this moment.
Oh, why not?
They've arrested someone else as their prime suspect, you see. Gina.
Ginny? But why?
Well, the thing is...
No, Ginny wouldn't do something like that.
I know! None of us think she did it.
Then why have they arrested her?
Well, because she was right there. I'm sorry. There was nothing I could do. God damn, this is a mess.
So where's Harley then? Is he still there investigating the scene? He really ought to have some breakfast. Is that good for him to miss meals?
He's been shot. I don't want you to worry, Iris, but I have some news about Mr. Sholmes. He was taken to the hospital this morning.
What?
Well, when we entered Windibank's, a gun was fired and he took a bullet.
Harley was shot? What? No.
It's alright. His life isn't in danger.
Really? Are you sure? Where is he? Which hospital?
He's at St. Sinners. They're attending to him there.
I must see him at once.
I'm sorry, Iris, but you can't.
And why not? That's not fair. I'm a family member. I should be allowed.
Nobody can see him at the moment. He's not allowed any visitors. They're preparing to operate, you see.
Oh shit, it got lodged? Oh fuck. To operate?
Weren't those bullets designed to like destroy like the innards, or am I misremembering? Or I'm thinking about something else. Damn true crime.
Poor Harley.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Where's Susie, Runo?
She's still at the police station.
Oh, why?
I expect she's still being questioned. The police said they wouldn't be finished for a while.
Why aren't you there then?
Well, I didn't get a good look at the criminals anyway, so they weren't questioning me for long. And Mrs. Sato stayed behind at the scene to tend to Mr. Sholmes, so they didn't get started until later.
I see.
Besides, one of us had to come back to be with Iris. I'm glad Inspector Gregson agreed to leave early.
You should have let me know. Should have let me know. I want to come to the station.
You are a baby. You need to be. Oh my god. I'm gonna fight for this child. It was the 2 thugs who were at Mr. Windibank's shop. They shot Mr. Sholmes when we disturbed them, you see. It was pitch black inside the shop at the time. My mind went totally blank, I'm afraid. I just froze. After them.
Go!
And that's normal. That's actually normal behavior. After that, I ran out into the street, but well, they were long gone. I shouldn't have hesitated. So sorry. It's my fault. I let them get away. I think that's a very good thing. Sorry? Well, if you seem betrayed, they went and chased after them. You might have been shot at as well, On top of everything else, I couldn't bear that. Oh, Iris. It's breaking my heart.
I don't understand why they arrested Ginny. It's not fair. What about the two thugs that were at the scene? Why aren't they the prime suspects? After all, they shot Hurley dead, didn't they?
Thankfully he's not dead, but no, let's not jump to conclusions.
No, I mean, Mr. Sholmes isn't dead, Iris. This is also horrible.
The thing is, Mr. Winterbank was found on the floor in the storeroom where he keeps all the deposited articles. The storeroom was locked from the inside.
I see.
But he wasn't alone in there. And Gina was found next to him on the floor as well.
Oh no!
And according to the detectives who investigated afterwards,
Don't tell me. There's no one else in the room.
yes, exactly. How did you know?
It's the only explanation.
Yes, the only explanation indeed.
What do you mean by that, Bruno? Well?
I mean, all he said was... He was disagreeing with you. What can I say? Except what the fuck? I'm damned if I agree, damned if I don't. I'm afraid I'll need to go out again now, Iris. There's not much I could do at this moment. But I can at least try to find out how Mr. Sholmes and Gina are getting on.
I want to go too. Take me with you, Bruno. I can't stand just sitting around here waiting.
I'm not sure how I feel about taking a 10-year-old child to the scene of a murder, but I don't want to leave her all alone here either. Alright then, Iris. Perhaps you can help me?
Oh yes, I'd love to.
Chat, would you take a fucking 10-year-old to a murder scene? She is at the prison. Mr. Sholmes is probably in his hospital bed.
And don't forget, we have to visit the crime scene. We need to conduct a thorough investigation.
I can see you're ready for action. I imagine Iris would appreciate going to the hospital sooner rather than later. Huh. What do you guys think? Where do you think we should go first? Boy. Okay, so new... Oh, okay, so they actually have that. Huh. I'm trying to think. Well, let's go to the hospital first, actually. Oh. Kind of a beat up hospital.
Harry! Oh.
He's
not here!
No, that's strange. The nurse definitely said he was in the bed by the window, didn't she?
Oh, I know what's probably happened. Harley was being a big baby. The bullet wound wasn't that bad after all, so he's been sent home.
I'm not so sure about that, baby or not. There's no question it was a fairly serious injury that Mr. Sholmes suffered.
Oh. Hello, what have we here?
Oh, I keep forgetting. This ward is off limits, no visiting. So what are you
what are you doing here, eh? Well, I have you know. We're Holly's next of kin. Eh? Oh, well, begging your pardon then, Mom. So, a little lady and a curious Eastern gentleman. The great mystery solvers as a mysterious family, eh? Hey, don't be judging, sir.
That's how you see us. Sure.
Where is he, Constable? Where's Holly? I believe he's currently in the operating theatre, Mum, undergoing an extensive operation. Extensive? It has been several hours since he went in. Oh dear, is he going to be alright? Well, it doesn't appear to be working, you see. The anesthetic, that is. Oh! I have heard a report that the gentleman claimed he may have had a little too much to drink last night. Or coffee, that is.
You can't be having drinking alcohol in Ace Attorney games.
Anyway, I think it would be fair to assume that he will be back here for several days. For several hours yet.
I see. Thank you, Constable. Perhaps we should leave and come back later.
Oh, poor Holly.
I guess there's really not much else that we can do here. Let's take the 10-year-old to the scene of a crime. Fuck it. Let's traumatize her further.
This is where it happened then. Last night.
That's right. The two thugs I told you about were obviously ransacking the place, looking for valuables.
But apart from the policemen in here, you wouldn't know anything had happened. There's no signs of a disturbance.
No, you're right about that, actually. Actually, there's blood on the calendar, right?
If anything, it's the police who seem to be the ones doing the ransacking.
I know what you mean. They're like a gang of organized criminals, all dressed in black. Can you say that a little louder here, sir?
Oh, I heard that.
Oh, yeah, see, look at the calendar. It's all, not only is it fucked up, you can see the bullet there. You can see, is that blood? I think that's blood on the calendar. Oh, Inspector, good morning?
I suppose I'll have to thank you for your villages last night. You got the scene before it was disturbed, at least. Shame on you. Let the two rogues get away, mind.
Yes, I'm sorry about that.
I thought you assigned extra minutes to beat around here, Grexy. Now look what's happened. Harley's been injured because there weren't enough police on duty.
Iris is not too young to say ACAB.
Oh, your ladyship! No one told me you were coming. I expect you to take full responsibility for what happened to Holly and see he has the very best medical care. Of course, your ladyship. The very best doctors in the capital are attending to him as we speak. And I don't think it's Reno's fault that the rogues managed to get away, is it? Chasing criminals is the police's job.
Hell yeah, call him out, Queen.
Absolutely, your ladyship. As you say, Boone, as you say.
And plus, Renoski's the fucking citizen. Like, it's really not his job. Like, again, like, who the fuck do you think you are, huh?
The gent in black is totally blameless. Everyone's in agreement about that.
Would you believe it? He's like a completely different person with Iris. Talk about a personality change.
Oh, where are me manners? Are you thirsty, your ladyship? Perhaps you'd like some juice? Some nice, refreshing fruit juice?
What is going on? What is the hold that she has? What does she have on him? Did he write some bad porn or something? Oh god. That actually makes it worse. Never mind, I didn't say anything.
Are you thirsty, Gregsy? I have some of my special herbal tea with me. If you like some.
I guess I should have held off my drinking until then.
Oh, lovely. Thank you very much. That really hit the spot. Your ladyship?
I don't even recognize him like this. What the? Can we talk to you? So, how is the investigation going, Inspector?
Nothing to it, really. Very simple case, this. There's some very definitive evidence. We're just about to charge that diver we arrested last night, in fact.
Gina? You're going to charge her?
That's right. Should be able to bring her before the judge at the meeting tomorrow. Tomorrow? Definitive evidence, you say? What is it? Come on, show me. Your ladyship, as much as I wish to, I could oblige you, I'm afraid. Ah, I see. You've already captured the pair of thugs broken here last night, have you? What the? And you're going to put them on the stand as witnesses, are you? How could you? Oh!
The stronghold this girl has on the cops. What?
How could you possibly know that? I had this feeling, that's all.
Remind me never to try to keep a secret from Iris. So you arrested the two men who shot Mr. Sholmes, have you?
Well, yes. They were rounded up pretty quickly by the lads on the beat.
Lads. And Miss Lestrade is being held at the prison?
She should be. That's assuming she hadn't lifted the key from the jailer, of course.
Huh. Can you tell us anything about Mr. Sholmes? What's his condition?
Sorry, I'm not at liberty to divulge that information. Scotland Yard matters are strictly confidential. Well, I know he's been operated at St. Sinners. Why can't I see him? I'm family, you know. I'm terribly sorry, your ladyship. It's the hospital's policy. No visiting at all. Oh! The bullet must have hit an artery in his midriff. He lost a fair bit of blood.
Oh shit, that's actually really vital, I believe. If Can someone confirm or deny?
Oh no! He didn't seem too bad in the first hour or so, but a hemorrhage like that is enough to make even one and only Sholmes pipe down.
Mr. Sholmes is a human like the rest of us, you know?
Well, anyway, he's having emergency surgery right now. They've got to stop the bleeding. That bleeding. But he will be alright, won't he? They'll be able to make him better. Of course, your ladyship. He'll be right as rain before you know it. Really? How did you know? How do I know? Because, of course. Oh yes, because Mr. Sholmes is such a great detective. That's why.
We better pray the doctors have a better grasp of what's needed to make someone well again. Yeah, no kidding.
Oh dear. Please don't die, Harry. I'll report to your ladyship the moment I hear he's out of the operating theatre.
So why are you sipping so hard for this child? I couldn't help noticing, Inspector.
What? Out with it, sunshine.
Well, there seems to be a marked difference between the way you talk to me and Iris.
Watch this sauce, Sonny. I'm a cobble and we don't go in for favoritism. Bullshit. But he's right. You do treat us differently. It's because of those adventures of Sherlock Sholmes stories, that's why. I crop up in them, don't I? I crop up in them, don't I? Inspector Tobias Gregson. Oh, well yes, because you're an acquaintance of Hurley's.
What do you write about the inspector, Iris?
I don't remember, really. It was one of those Sholmes nights. Gregson is the smartest of the Scotland Yarders, is how he put it. Oh, did I write that? And you know what that one line did for me, eh? The very next month my pay doubled. Doubled, I tell you.
Oh. That is amazing. God, if anybody wants to write some good shit about me, that'd be great.
All because everyone at the yard reads them. They read all the Herlock Show stories. They've even set up a fan club for me. Of course, that explains everything. It was around that time that you became such a toady to me. Can you blame me? All it takes is one bad word from you and Sholmes could change his tune about me. Gregson? No, the great detective will say. He's getting quite overrated these days. Think what would happen to my salary if that came out in print, eh? The whole thing gives me the willies. I can't tell you how many nights of sleep I've lost worrying about it. But that would never happen, Gregson. Every month when the new Runs magazine comes out, my hands are trembling as I turn the pages. Oh, how awful for you. Here, have some of my tea to settle your nerves.
That's how I drink tea too.
Ah, lovely. Thank you very much. That really hit the spot. Your ladyship.
Teetotal.
Oh, yeah. There's something I was supposed to talk to you about actually, Mr. Naruto.
Yes, what is it?
I've got an important message for you. I clean forgot about it till now.
An important message? I wonder what it could be. Okay. Why you gotta make us work for it? Come on now. Are you going to tell me what this important message is then, Inspector?
Yeah, it's about that young lady who's normally by your side, your assistant.
Dear Cece, is she alright?
She's at the station, isn't she?
Being questioned, I believe.
Nope, not anymore. She had to head off.
Head off? Where?
To Lord Strongheart's office, of course. He summoned her.
Yes! Of course, I forgot about that.
One of the Whipsocks took her there in a yard carriage right after we finished questioning her. But she asked us to tell you she didn't have to fare for the return journey and to go and meet her there. She's got a nerve using Scotland Yard as a blooming messaging service.
Honestly, queen shit. Let's be real. That's some queen shit. I see. Well, thank you for passing that on, Inspector.
Why did Cece have to go see the Lord Chief Justice?
She didn't tell me. But I better head over to the Lord Chief Justice's office to fetch her straight away. Huh. Well, let's go to the prison first. Yes, Mr. Fish and Chips is back. Oh, new location. Well, let's go to the prison. We gotta get our new girl. Hello, Gina. They didn't take that away from her?
Oh, you still have the grenade launcher Hully and I made.
I wish you would have pointed at me all the time, though.
What are you doing here for?
Genie, I have a feeling it's because of us that you ended up in trouble. So we are thinking that we might be able to help you.
Oh, well, you can't.
Sorry?
You get lost.
Don't be like that, Ginny. I knew you didn't do it. You never shoot someone. I just knew you wouldn't.
You think you know me? Pull the other one. You ain't got the first idea about the likes of me. I'm a thief. I pinch people's purses when I'm walking down the street. That's how I get by. And if I saw me chance, I sneak into a pawn shop any day of the week. Just to see what I can lay me hands on. Get it? That's the kind of person I am.
But Ginny...
I'll be in court tomorrow, they say. some coach came by before, said he'd be a lawyer for me all the life, said it was my right to assault him. But I told him to get stopped. I don't need no lawyer. I don't need no one.
Girl, you're gonna be hanging. If you don't take us, She couldn't be staring at me anymore, obviously, if she tried.
Why are you being like this, Ginny?
No. I don't understand, Gina. Why did you send the public defender away?
He wanted me to sign some papers. Representation papers or something like that. It's all gonna be rigged anyway, the whole trial. They'll pin it on me because I'm a kid. That's what grown-ups always do. Why do you think that? Because that's how it's always been for me. Growing up in the slums, my whole life. If you do what the grown-ups tell you, it'll get your race dragged off by the corpus. Or worse. I've had it happen to me before and all. Be sold down nearly and stapled back on the back of it. You can't trust no one, that's the point. As soon as you do, you've gone to grass. Dead.
Gina, listen. If you like in tomorrow's trial,
forget it. Ginny, don't you trust me now? Nah, I don't. Look, I'll ask you nicely now. Just leave me alone.
girl, you're gonna get hanged if you don't. Don't be like that. Don't be dummy. Will you tell us what happened, Gina? Last night at the pawnbrokers.
There's nothing to tell. I figured they'd pay me, so I broke into the place and started going through the storeroom. But the old bloke walked in on me and you know the rest. But why, Ginny? Why would you do that? Ain't it obvious? The place is full of stuff I could sell for a shilling or two. Diving ain't easy, you know? It's a lot of work. And half the time you don't even get nothing.
Is that really why you broke into that place?
What?
Are you sure the true reason was something else?
Oh, give it a rest. What would be the point anyway, eh? Nothing I can say will make a blind bit of difference. Please tell us, Ginny. We'll believe you, whatever it is. Believe me? Don't be daft. You can't believe nothing. Everyone lies all the time. And you know what? When it comes down to liars, I'm the biggest of the lot. I've told some unforgivable lies I have. What do you mean by that? What unforgivable lies?
Oh, Gina. She's being sued today again. What do you think, chat? Do you think she should just... What are we gonna do with her? What do you mean before, Gina, when you said you were the biggest liar of the lot?
Why don't you tell her?
Why don't you tell us what these unforgivable lies that you told her? Maybe we can help. Sorry.
We're out of time. They're gonna want to question you now. Ginny, please.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to give you this. Something to remember me by.
What is that? Oh, kitty. A photographic print of a really adorable cat.
I found it in one of the pockets of this coat. Ain't no point to me having it. I wonder what a little photograph like this was turned in the pocket of that other coat. Anyway, don't bother coming again. Bye. Oh, Ginny.
Well, I want to investigate it right away. Why are you being like this, Gina? We're your friends. Like, accept us. Accept us into your life. This is an adorable little cat. I think it looks a little like Wagahai. I always thought that cats that like to curl up inside under the heated kotatsu blanket when it snowed. Maybe British cats are different.
You go, what?
Oh, hello! I knew there was something. This couldn't be anything like that.
Look on the back of this print here. There's something written on it. 13th February, 9 o'clock. Article deposit, 1 small box. Known amount paid, 10 shillings. Redemption deadline, 13th of April, 9 p.m.
So this photographic print is a redemption ticket?
13th February? That could be significant. It was just 2 days before the murder on the omnibus, wasn't it?
Small box. That doesn't tell us much about it, does it?
No. If Mr. McGill still had the ticket, then presumably he never redeemed the article. So do you think that box may still be present somewhere in the shop?
Ah! Yes! If it's something Mr. McGill deposited, we need to investigate. Okay, cool. We got that shit updated. Well, Gina's not gonna talk to us. Well, let's see what's going on with Susato first. Oh boy, this motherfucker. Yes. No matter how many times I come here, I always get the same sense of oppressiveness somehow.
Do you think the place is oppressive? I think it's normal.
How so?
I mean, look at that suit of armor over there. You can't take that seriously, can you?
Maybe it thinks the same about you. So, everything's clear in regard to tomorrow's arrangements, I trust? Yes, thank you very much. There they are, Susato-san and Lord Strongheart.
I wonder what they're talking about. They both look very serious.
Very good. There's nothing further to discuss. You may return to your lodgings. No doubt you have much to do in your preparation for your return to your home. What? Why is she going home? Wait, what did he just say? Your return to your homeland? Susato-san! What's going on? Oh, Mr. Naruhodo. What was all that about? Ah, Mr. Naruhodo. Thank you for coming to collect your colleague. What's this all about? Why are you talking about Miss Susato's return to her homeland? And tomorrow?
But what about Ginny's trial?
You mean she's been formally charged now? Oh dear. Oh fuck. What the fuck is going on? We need to know what the fuck's going on. Miss Susato, what's all this about?
Oh, please don't concern yourself, Mr. Naruhodo. It's only me going back to Japan.
But that's still concerning. Hello? Your life here can continue just as... That's not what I asked. What happened? Why are you leaving?
It's my father.
He's fallen ill. Oh no, I was worried about that plot. That they were gonna pull that kind of plot point. No! Papa, don't get sick.
Oh no!
Professor Mikotoba? This jolly ass man? If I may. Yes, sorry? You must be the defendant. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, I believe. Yes, that's right. My name is Yujin Mikotoba. I'm a professor of forensic medicine at Yumei University. We received an international telegram from the Empire of Japan informing us of news. Is it fatal? 10 days ago, a father collapsed with a fever. The cause is apparently unknown. COVID? And it seems he grows weaker day by day. I don't believe it. As you are aware, the voyage from here to your country's capital, Tokyo, takes some 50 days.
I thought it would be prudent to hasten Miss Susato's departure as much as possible.
Yes, absolutely. I will leave London first thing tomorrow morning. I can't believe this is happening. No, we're losing our best girl? So Gina has been charged? She'll have to appear in court? Yes, she was formally charged a few hours ago, and the date of the trial has already been set for tomorrow. No! Not even 24 hours later?
Gina? Ah, the Lestrade girl and the murder of the Baker Street pawnbroker. Yes. In all too conspicuous case, the pickpocket was clearly disturbed mid-robbery and shot the man in public. In a panic, rather, not in public. Because that would be way too bold. No, the yard is overstressed as it is, without wasting time on these open and shut cases.
It's not wasting time. Ginny would never do something like that.
Mr. Naruhodo,
Oh, yes, Lord Strongheart?
in deference to your fine services to date, I shall overlook this young girl's incidents. But I have no recollection of admitting a child into my office. Leave. Now. Oh shit, she overstepped.
Of course, Lord Strongheart.
Criminals will tell the most palatable lies in order to evade justice. The police can ill afford the time it takes to unravel all their untruths. Meanwhile, more crimes are perpetrated. We have far more serious matters to which to contend.
Serious matters? Didn't Gregson mention something like that yesterday? Yes, Inspector Gregson made a similar remark yesterday.
It's no concern of yours, though I'm sure I need not to remind you of that.
Man, fuck off, buddy! Who the hell do you think you are?
3 minutes precisely until my next meeting. You must excuse me.
Fuck him! There's just one more thing, Longstromheart.
Which is?
It's Miss Lestrande's trial. I wonder if you might permit me to defend her?
A timely suggestion.
Sorry?
The girl currently has no representation.
But that's not fair. Yes, she may be a pickpocket, but she still deserves a fair trial.
Do not misunderstand me, young lady. The government provides for those too poor to avoid representation with the public defender. The accused need only sign the relevant paperwork, and the defense barrister will be assigned to the case.
Yeah, but she's not doing it.
However, the young girl in question has refused that right.
Why would she do that?
A question you would do well to direct at Miss Lestrade. You will find her at the local prison.
Well, yes, we've talked to her, but she still won't let us. Chat, do you have a way to make this girl do it? Yes, thank you.
Now then, it's time I was leaving. Good day to you.
Yeah, fuck you. What a day. Gina charged with murder. Susato sent about to leave. Come, Mr. Naruhodo. Iris, we must make haste.
But, Susie, you're leaving for Japan tomorrow morning, aren't you? Don't you have packing and things to do?
Ask Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant. My personal circumstances are of no... Let me read that again. Let me move my bang so I can read that again. As Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant, my personal circumstances are of no consequence. My sole purpose remains to help you in whatever way I can. Thank you, Mr. Sato. That's a very pensive look. I think you ought to visit Gina first. In any case, I should like to wish her well before I leave. Yes, that sounds like a good idea. Let's go. If I'm honest, this has completely thrown me off. I just have to do what I can. As a lawyer. I mean, yeah, like that's literally all we could do. Anyways, let's go back to the prison. Let's take the 10-year-old back to the prison. Ay. Hello again, Gina.
What are you lot here for now?
To have that muzzle of that grenade launcher shoved in our faces yet again, obviously.
I think I need to improve the reload and munition attack thing, don't I?
Look! You can come as many times as you like. And I ain't got nothing more to say to you.
Susato's like, she's like that, she's like the monkey meme right now. She's really looking at her like, can you really afford that, miss? Gina, I wonder if you might hear me out. There's something I'd like to say.
What?
I'm sorry to say that I must reluctantly bid you farewell.
Eh? Farewell?
Tomorrow, I must begin my journey back home, to Japan. I fear we may never meet again.
Huh? Oh, right.
I've had the pleasure of meeting so many lovely people here in London. I have so many wonderful memories, and yet, as things stand now, it will be a glum party indeed. Poor Iris is so miserable.
Susie?
Well, that ain't my business.
Both Iris and Mr. Naruhodo believe you to be innocent, Gina. They put their faith in you. But somehow, you can't find it in your heart to put your faith in them.
Yeah, that's right. I can't. What of it?
It grieves me greatly to have to say goodbye to my friends when they're so clearly unhappy. Because of you.
God damn. She's really like, yeah, you're doing this. There's nobody else but you.
Like, damn, Susato. Tell her.
What? It's my fault?
Yes. So I have one final request, Gina, before our paths never cross again. Right here and now, I want you to show both of them that you don't deserve the faith that they've invested in you. Damn. Girl, where were you in our Ace Attorney, right? Like, damn.
Eh?
Only by doing that will you truly be as alone as you claim to be.
What are you talking about? What do you expect me to do, eh?
You've told us that everyone lies. So prove it by admitting one of your own untruths.
What about you said before, Ginny? You said something about unforgivable lies.
It's too bad we don't have no Magnatama. Otherwise, we will have to unlock and investigate. You must tell Mr. Naruhodo and Iris the truth now. That is my last request before I leave. My last request as a judicial assistant.
No, I can't.
Whatever these lies are, they're obviously weighing heavily on Gina's mind. Gina, I could be wrong, but is this something to do with what happened 2 months ago? Something about that trial? The one in which Magnus McGilded was acquitted? The case of the mysterious murder that took place inside the omnibus. You were called as a witness by the prosecution. Is that what this is about?
Yeah, you're right.
Because in that trial,
I lied like you wouldn't believe.
God damn, so he really did murder him? Will you tell us about it now?
Like you said, it all happened 2 months ago. The corpus got a hold of me. It shoved me in the witness cell.
And based on your testimony, Mr. McGildick was declared innocent.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I lied about a whole bunch of stuff.
I knew it. What sort of thing did you lie about?
I was hiding under the seat that night. That was the truth. It was pitch black in that little cubby hole. I couldn't see a thing. And yet,
Oh shit.
I heard that loud thud, like someone falling on the floor.
That's when Mr. McGildick discovered you?
Yeah. He pulled me out from under the seat and sat next to me. Sat me next to the dead man.
Oh shit! Why would he do that? That's something.
There wasn't much light to see by then, but when I looked in my hand, I had the corpse blood all over him. I was so scared, I couldn't even speak.
You had his blood on your hands. In other words, it was Gina that the witnesses saw on the roof deck. On the roof deck, saw through the skylight. But she didn't stab him. Wait, I'm confused. There wasn't much light, and he had. But that wasn't. Well, she didn't do it, right?
Then Mr. McGildick started asking you questions, I suppose.
Who you were, and why were you hiding under the seat?
Yeah, he did. Only, that's not all.
What do you mean?
I mean, he threatened me.
What? Threatened you how?
He made me swear for what I seen and what I heard.
So he did stab. Oh my god, he did stab him!
And about what he's gonna do after the cove found. And what he was gonna do after the cove was found dead. He made me swear I wouldn't tell no one about any of it. If I did that, he said he'd let me be Scarborough before the corpus showed up.
You must tell me what you swore to you to secrecy about. What you saw. What you heard. Everything! Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. You said Mr. McGildick made you swear not to tell anybody what you saw. But you were in a pitch black apartment under the seat the whole time, weren't you?
Yes, with Mr. McGildick sitting above your head, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that's true, but it was when I heard the thud of the cove in the floor. I let out a little scream, see? Couldn't help it. McGildick heard that and dragged me out by my arm. That's when I saw it. It was on the floor next to the old geezer what had been stabbed. A disc, all bright and shiny. A disc? Do you mean... Yeah, that's it. The one what the D took off of me at the windbanks.
So the music box was there on the floor of the omnibus?
Not for long. McGildick spotted it straight away. He picked it up smartish and stuffed it inside his pocket.
So that disc was in the omnibus 2 months ago at the scene of Mr. Mason's murder.
And the bog trotter told me I want to mutter a word of it to no one.
Jeez.
Of course, it was so dark underneath the seat of the cab. I was straining my ears the whole time. After a while, I heard a door and footsteps inside the cabin.
Presumably that's when Wallace McGildick came on board.
Nah, not only him. Oh, because I could definitely make out the footsteps of 2 people.
In that case, it would seem likely that it was Mr. McGildick and the victim, Mr. Drysfire Mason. In his testimony during the trial, Mr. McGildick claimed he slept during the carriage ride.
But whenever whenever I'm in the carriage, I take it with a fierce tiredness, and I always succumb to it. But that's a lie, isn't it?
And your own testimony, Gina, supported his.
All I could hear was the Irishman snoring.
Yeah, that word's exactly true. Neither of them were asleep.
I can hear him talking the whole time in low voices. What? What were they even talking about?
Sorry, I don't know.
The sound of the horses and the wheels were too loud.
But that still tells us something. Mr. McGilden and the victim knew each other.
So McGilden was lying, as I suspected. God damn it! I knew it was gonna take long before someone raised the alarm that bloke had been killed.
Yes, and you were quite right. The other passengers on the roof deck noticed very quickly.
So when the car came to a stop, McGilden told me to hide in the back seat again. I climbed in and waited. The two cows from up top ran off to get the compass.
Yes, Mr. Fairplay and Mr. First, Twink. I wonder how they're holding up.
Right. And after they go, McGilden has the driver to do him a favor.
A favor?
Now then, fella. What I need for you to do is to take this coat of mine and deposit it in a nearby pawnbroker. And for your troubles, let's see now. I'll give you 10 guineas.
A nearby pawnbroker? You mean on Baker Street?
Yep, you got it. It was Windbanks. The coachee snapped up the money and ran off to pop his coat as fast as he could. So then there was no one left in the carriage. McGilden opened the box under the seat and let me get out of there. But not without conditions.
I see. Okay, what's your condition? And how would you know that she did it? What were McGilden's conditions then? For letting you go free, I mean. Not telling a soul, not for anything, but what I saw and what I heard. And there was something else as well.
There's more?
Yeah, this is the most important thing he did.
I'm after sending the coachman on a little errand for me with some small change in his hand. Now then, did you hear what I asked of him? Did you see anything at all You asked him to go pop your easel, yeah? Right? Aye, that fiend's taking the overcoat to deposit with the pawnbroker hereabouts. And I'd want you lads to take the redemption ticket for it. Do you understand? What? You want me to have the ticket? That's right, and I'll come fetch it for you later. Sometime within the next 2 months. You're to hang on to it to them. Is that clear? And whatever you do, don't lose it.
But it doesn't matter because he's gone.
Alright then. And in that case, I might happen to be delayed at all. You're to go to the pawn shop, win the bank, so it is, and you're to extend the loan before the 2 months is up. If you forget, the article will be forfeited and any old fiend will come along and buy it. But I ain't got that kind of price. Here's £5. That should be enough. Do we understand each other, lads? Don't try anything funny now. You go against me. Yeah, I get it. Go, and one more thing. In a few days from now, you'll be visited by the police, I've no doubt. The corpus? Aye, they'll come asking me to take the stand in court, testify as a witness. So let's just have a wee chat about it, shall we? What is it that you may say, and what is it you won't?
Oh god. So it just sounds like she was just caught in a very fucking awful situation. Oh, that's awful. 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 Awful.
After he'd gone over it all, I
hiked it. Got as far away from there as I could. The bone brokers took it to some bushes near the scene. We went to fish the next day once it got dark.
So McGill planned it and coerced Gina to give him false testimony. But she was innocent the entire time. She really was. Picture you're ready to string me up, eh?
I lied. In that big old courtroom, I told some Corkers.
I don't know why I'm stuck with an Irish accent, but here we are.
The thing is, he said he would make it so we couldn't live in the East End no more. That's what he threatened me with. What a wicked man. He knew everything folk went on in the back slums. He knew we had no one to look after us, and we was all just looking out for each other, getting by together. So you mean Mr. McGilder would have...
In an heartbeat! He could have had the lot of us chased out of there if he wanted.
And then where we could have gone, eh?
Nowhere! That's where!
So, I didn't have no choice.
Thank you, Gina, for telling us everything.
But I'm bored now, eh? Go on, admit it. You must be livid.
Well, you can make amends by doing me a simple favor.
Favor? What?
Sign the representation papers for tomorrow's trial.
Eh?
If you don't actually want me to represent you in court, you can rip it up later. But we need that paperwork or we can't investigate. The police won't let us.
Investigate what?
The scene of the incident last night. Mr. Sholmes was shot. You see?
You what? Hurley's having a big operation right now, Ginny. Is it bad? Is it going to be alright? Sholmes is going to be alright? Right?
See, she does care. Oh, I love her so much. Oh, I'm so attached, chat. That's why I went to investigate. For Mr. Sholmes' sake as much as anything.
Right. So what you're saying is, if I sign that bit of paper, everyone's happy. Is that it?
It's something like that. Mrs. Sato?
Yes, of course. I have the representation papers here. I don't need no one to stick up for me though. No lawyer or nothing.
Oh, Gina. Oh, it breaks my heart. It really does.
Poor Ginny. She seems so lonely.
Okay, cool. We got it. We got it, chat. Well, at least this should mean we can investigate the scene of Winterbanks now.
Yes. And perhaps we can come back to visit Ginny when we're done now?
Of course. We gotta visit the babies. I feel like we finally cracked Gina. She's opened up to us at last. And it explains a lot, really. That she really was between a rock and a hard place. And now I have her to representation papers. No one else knows just what a responsibility that is. Anyway, for now it means Inspector Gregson can't stop us investigating at Winterbanks. Although, something tells me he's not going to be happy about it. Well, he can fucking deal with it. You know what? Let's go out for a little longer. Because I think I just want to get the investigation done all in one night. And then we'll do the trial on Friday. So let's go ahead. Because usually that's how it goes. That's how it goes for these things. That's how it always is. Here we are again at the scene of the crime. Now to thrust these representation papers in Gregson's face and see what he makes of them. Hello again, Inspector. Do you have a minute, please? What is it now? You should go home and get some rest. Mega Billiam is your favorite man.
Here you are, Grexy. Here are the representation papers.
Your ladyship! Whoa! I don't believe it. How the devil did you get that stubborn little ragabash to sign that? I salute you. This is good work, that is.
I can see you've been very busy in here as well. How about some tea? It's a special blend designed to relieve fatigue.
God, I need like gallons of that shit. How about you, Chad?
Oh, lovely. Well, let's see now. Yes, I hardly feel tired at all. I'm as fit as a fiddle, your ladyship.
Would it be alright if we investigated the scene of crime then?
Do as you please. You know where it happened? Through that door behind the counter.
Okay, yes, the storeroom. That's where I discovered Mr. Winterbank and Gina. But I want to get the calendar because I feel that's important.
Right, well, I'll be getting back to business then.
Will you be investigating in the storeroom as well, Inspector?
If I'm perfectly honest, we need to wrap this up before long. Can't afford to spend too much time on it. But there are so many articles to go through. It's taking forever, even with the lads working round the clock. Which is a problem, because there's another case the yard needs to investigate urgently.
That must be what Lord Strongheart meant by far more serious than before.
So what I'm saying is, don't get under my feet, sunshine.
Okay.
Come then, let us not waste any time.
Alright, I'm gonna get hold of that fucking calendar. Alright, we are examining. I'm examining this because this is crucial. Look here. Yeah, see the bullet? There's a whole ass bullet and it looks like there's blood.
Oh yes, a bullet hole. And I can see the bullet is still lodged in the wall.
Presumably, Mr. Winterbank was practicing with his revolver in his spare time.
Well, Mr. Sholmes likes to practice in his drawing room wherever he can.
He's very patriotic like that. Sorry?
Oh, they're the adventures of Herlock Sholmes, you know?
Isn't that right? Isn't that right, Iris? Well, is it? Sorry, I'm just trying to find my brush. I thought I brought it up here with me. Where did I put it?
Ah, did I write something like that? A party and jest, perhaps? In jest? Well, he doesn't do it often. It is quite a dangerous pastime.
He doesn't do it often. He shouldn't even do it once.
Forget that for now, Runo. Let's examine this bullet.
Yeah, I want to examine that. What's that around the bullet hole? Is it blood? A suspicious red stain on the calendar.
Aha! I may well be able to help with that.
What?
There's nothing like the sight of blood to get the blood popping, is there, Runo?
I have a feeling I'm not as bloody-minded as you are, Iris. I'm afraid the sight of blood makes my blood run cold.
There you have it, you see? When it comes to blood, we're all different types.
Yes, but a scientific observation.
So, you need this.
Oh, no. What's that scary-looking thing?
Holly, and I haven't actually come up with a name for it yet. But as soon as you see it in action, you'll understand what it does.
What? Don't shoot at us! Luminol? Oh my god, it's luminol. Oh, the color of the blood stain has changed.
There, does it make sense now?
Yes, I think I'm starting to understand.
Good. It works on the principle that different people have different types of blood, you see?
Yes, how wonderful.
The chemical it fires combines with the blood and makes it change color.
So you can identify whose blood it is you're looking at. Okay.
So you can identify whose blood it is you're looking at in a flash. Oh, what a fabulous invention, Irish! Isn't it? I bet Ginny would love to say it's bleeding great.
So whose blood are we looking at then?
I have no idea. Well, all the chemical does is turn the blood a different color, so... Just find someone whose blood turns the same color and you'll know who it belongs to. In a flash.
It's more like 2 flashes, really, isn't it?
1 flash or 2. This could very well turn out to be a very valuable clue. So you must take note of it in the court record.
Okay.
Let's keep testing and adding to the results of any other blood analysis to the portfolio. Let me just look at it.
Okay, so right now we're just taking samples. Okay, cool. So color green. Actually, I actually like that a lot. I want to know what it looks like with multiple entries, though.
As long as I have frigid love, sure.
Oh, girlie, you got plenty of it. This is that strange contraption now that you see pictures of things as if they're right in front of your eyes. Makes you think. When Mr. Sholmes gleefully showed it to us yesterday, we were blissfully unaware that any of this was about to happen. Oh, okay, that was just description. I'm fairly sure this contraption was here yesterday as well. Here we are, although I'm not confident I can get it closed again.
Oh, yes, that's the phone. This is stereoscope.
Really? This is a stereoscope? Mr. Sholmes showed us a picture yesterday that you were supposed to be able to see in 3 dimensions. But for that, he used a great big contraption over there.
Ah, well, that's for use in public houses and places like that. It contains a carousel with all sorts of pictures inside. But this little thing is as much simpler designed to use at home. There are special shops selling prints you can use them in them. I have a little collection myself.
I wonder if I could make money out of these in Japan. It would beat keeping my toilet sparkly clean anyway. Not the toilet! Okay, is that kinda... This officer has been staring intently at the wall since before we came in here.
Shh! Keep it down.
Oh, sorry.
There's a major clue, Josiah. Really? We must turn Quixie at once. But as soon as I report it, that'll be it. I'll be stuck here even longer.
Stuck here? What do you mean?
I haven't been home in 2 days already. I need another constable to relieve me and take over my shift.
They really have a tough time, the British police.
That doesn't stop us investigating them, does it?
No, I suppose not. I love that Ringo Skin and I were on the same page. We're like, no. I guess we gotta suffer.
I have to drink some water.
Gotta stay hydrated. I'm fairly sure that it was a calendar he was peering at. Well, we already got that in our evidence, so...
These shelves are where the pawnbroker puts articles that have been forfeited on display for customers to buy.
Yes, it's a really strange miscellany. Can't say that right, isn't it? I mean, who would buy this horse statue, for example?
Well, sometimes you can't. You can find some real treasures among the junk, you know.
Well, there might be some horse girls out there who would, Renosuke.
Are you alright, Reno?
Oh, it's just... Well, it looks like a collection of useless junk as a whole, but when you pick out individual things, you can't help wishing you own them. Even that horse statue.
That's exactly how the pawnbroker works. They're very clever.
Huh. Yeah, I wouldn't own it myself, but... excuse me. Police are scurrying every inch of this place by the looks of it.
Instructions from the yard to examine every article in the shop and every ledger and book of accounts.
Every article? But that's a ridiculous amount of work, surely?
We've been hard at it ever since the shop was declared a crime scene in the early hours. We're sifting through it all in shifts at least, but still. We'll be working through the night, that's for sure. And even we will barely have scratched the surface.
Crime and the pawnbrokers. It must be every policeman's worst nightmare.
It's every copper's worst nightmare, you know. A crime and the pawnbrokers.
Let's see, the thing new here.
That's a music box. Do you have them where you come from, Bruno?
Yes, but I've never seen one as large as this in Japan.
Oh, well, this will be a treat. Shall we have a listen? What do you think? Is it a pretty sound?
It's a beautiful sound, yes, but it's a little hard to enjoy when all the policemen are in the room giving you fierce looks.
Never mind that. If any of them say anything, I'll tell Grigsby to have a word.
Iris Wilson, Superintendent of Scotland Yard. Yeah, indeed. Those are clocks. I'm just examining everything I can find. Oh, okay. There's an article here. There's an article ledger there, and Mr. Windibank's notes, and... What's this? It looks as though someone has left a little photographic print behind. Oh, look on the back. There's some writing.
Is there? Ooh, show us, Susie, show us.
Oh shit, there's a 15th February, 10:30 p.m. Article deposited, one gentleman's overcoat. Loan amount paid, £1. Redemption deadline, 15th April, 10:30 p.m. Gentleman's overcoat pawned for £1. Clearly it was a very fine coat. In fact, I think...
Yes, this must be the ticket for the overcoat that Ginny redeemed yesterday.
And is still wearing, which belonged to Mr. McGilden. I would never have expected the redemption ticket to be handwritten on the back of a photograph, though.
It seems Mr. Windibank just used whatever piece of paper he happened to have at hand.
But that's the second one we have. But this photograph of a cat. It looks very familiar, doesn't it? I'm sure I've seen this exact picture somewhere before. Somewhere else recently.
Oh, yes, you're right. Very recently. It's the same one Ginny gave us earlier.
Of course. I was forgetting the one she gave us that print. Well, what are you waiting for, Mr. Naruhodo? Get it out! Alright, alright. Let the cogs turn. Huh. Yes, they're exactly the same. I don't know, I feel like they're different. Like maybe the cat's head is different. Or maybe it's just the way it looks. I mean, what do you think, chat? How do you think it looks?
I got it. These two photographs hide an amazing secret.
A secret? What does she mean?
You must tell us, Iris, at once. Do you really want to know?
Yes, we need you to tell us all you know about this pair of photographs. Oh boy. Well, I guess no other choice. So Iris, so about these two photographic prints. The one we found here in Mr. Windibank's counter, and the one Gina gave us before. What is this amazing secret you mentioned that's hidden between these two identical prints? I don't think they're identical, or is it just my eyes, like, playing tricks on me again?
Actually, that's not quite right.
Sorry?
If you look carefully, the two prints aren't the same. Not exactly.
Okay, good. I was like freaking out. I was like, "There's no way." Like, the difference is kind of. Sorry, I'm just checking something. They're not?
Have another look at them now.
Yeah, they're really not. Like, the head is different. Like, the head is in different positions.
see that they're just slightly different from each other?
I think so. It's very subtle though. But what's the reason for the subtle difference between the two prints?
Well, it's because they're set, you see?
No, I don't. Do you?
Chat, this pair of photographs is meant to be used in the stereoscope. Everyone in London is raving about them in the moment.
A stereoscope. Why do I feel as though I've heard that word before recently?
Oh, yes, that's what Mr. showed us yesterday.
The big one.
Yeah. You see? There it is, just over there.
Ah, yes, of course. That magical machine that makes pictures look almost real enough to touch.
Well, actually, it's quite possible to see the same depth in pictures even without one of those contraptions.
What? Really?
Do you know how a pair of flat photographic prints can appear to have any depth in the first place?
Oops, sorry, didn't mean to smack it.
No, I have no idea. Oh, wonderful. Then I'll be able to tell you.
She's over the moon, bless her. Should we let her explain though? We really need to carry on investigating the scene.
I, for one, simply have to know.
Well, I guess that's it.
Have you ever considered, Runo, how our eyes see depth in the world around us?
Well, I just opened them and it works. Maybe for someone like me, I need glasses, but...
But the reason it works is because we have two eyes.
Two eyes? Shocking.
If you try closing just one eye at a time, I think you'll see straight away.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now. And yeah.
What you see in your left eye, and what you see with your right eye, are ever so slightly different. You get a different view with each eye.
Yes, the position of objects seem to shift slightly.
Exactly. And in your head, your brain uses that shift to estimate the depth as it merges the two views into one.
Hold on, let me use this first as an example.
Yep.
It works, it makes sense, so combined it's like...
That's how we can sense depth in everything we see.
My brain is really amazing, isn't it? It does so much without telling me.
I think I see. So, the pair of photographs consists of a left eye view and a right eye view. Is that right? Oh, well done, Susie. You're so quick.
So if you can persuade your brain to merge the two pictures together in your head. So what? Does the stereoscope or whatever the fuck is called, shit, I need to look at that later. So I guess it just kind of adds like an added effect. You'd be able to see the depth of these prints.
Yes, Runo. You're beginning to understand.
And the stereoscope's function is to act as your brain and allow you to do just that.
Yes, but as long as you have two images, two eyes, and one brain, you can actually do it yourself without needing a stereoscope at all.
You can? Really? Oh, I see. Let me look at the kitty pictures. Can I look at the kitty? I'm gonna look at the kitty. Yeah, this one is very different.
Let's try it. Let's see if we can view this pair of prints without the help of a stereoscope. Oh yes, I'm dying to have a go.
Susato-san really loves this kind of thing.
You need to be able to cross your eyes. That's the main thing. Can you both do that?
I'm doing it right now. How about you, Chad? Are you crossing your eyes? Cross my eyes? I think I can.
Watch me and see if you can copy.
Oh!
Make your eyes do this.
I can do it. How about you, Chad? Can you do it?
Alright, let me try. Are you ready, Mr. Naruhodo?
There. How's that? Imagine just like leaving it right like that. No, I won't do that to the girls.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now it's your turn, Runo. The trick is to concentrate on looking at the bridge of your nose with both eyes at the same time. How are we gonna do this for the game?
Not exactly an easy task when two people are staring at you cross-eyed.
Alright, that's enough practice. Now let's try looking at the prints.
Okay.
Start by staring at one print and slowly crossing your eyes.
Wait. Oh no. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting.
You should see two overlapping images like this.
Yeah, that's what I was getting. How about you, chat?
You try now, Runo.
I'm just gonna have to give it a try, I suppose. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay, I kinda can do it, but how about you? Can you guys do it? Can you do it for the kitty? Oh no. Oh no, oh no. Let me use the kitty picture to help. Okay, I kinda see the two different images, but it's kinda like hard to do. I guess maybe I've been staring at the screen for a long time, but oh, I don't know. What about you? Can you do it? Is it hurt your eyes when you do it, or is there like kind of fuck with you? Like it's easier to do it if you do it on the bridge of your nose, but it's harder to do it on the screen. Hold on. I can do it, but it's just a little tricky. It's a little tricky. Maybe it doesn't help that I got 4 eyes. I don't know.
Did the print split into two images for you? Now, the next step is to put the pair of prints side by side like this and then try crossing your eyes again.
Okay, I think I.
The prints should slowly merge together until...
Oh, yeah. It was kind of doing that.
they form a new single image in the center. Oh yes! Mr. Naruhodo, it works! I can see it in the middle now! It looks so real! Oh, I can look at it all day!
I wouldn't advise that. Your eyes might start to hurt. Yeah, it's very tricky. It's kind of hard to do.
Your turn, Rino.
Oh, do we have to do it?
Pretend you're looking through the two pictures and slowly cross your eyes.
It's hard. It's really hard to do in the game.
Keep adjusting the position of your eyes until the two images overlap exactly in the middle.
Okay. I can't. It's just harder to do it on the screen. Like this, is it? I'm trying it again. Okay, it kind of works, but not really. Maybe it might be better off if it was a picture of a real cat, like a real kitty. But I don't know why this has to do with the case right now when there's more important things going on, like a dead man in the storeroom and scribblings on the back of these kitties, these pictures of kitties. So like, I don't know, Iris, get to the point. I'll just say yes and we'll say we did it. It kind of hurts my eyes.
There! You managed it! So now you know how stereoscopic images work.
Well, I don't know who discovered it, but it really is quite extraordinary.
So what do you think of these stereoscopic prints then, Reno?
They're certainly amazing, but it isn't easy to get the knack of viewing them properly. Like, it really is. It really is kind of hard to do all that. Oof.
No, some people find it easier than others.
Like, it's easy for me to look at the bridge of my nose, like that, like that's fine. But doing it on the screen kind of hurts, and maybe it's harder for me. Is it easier for you guys?
But that's why contraptions like this exist, for people who find it tricky. Oh, I recognize that. We saw one over there yesterday, didn't we?
There's still the one there now.
If I remember correctly, you press this little knob here, then set the pair of photographs in the stand at the back, and
then we're gonna see the kitty. It's still amazing, even though I know roughly how it works now. Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Well, London seems to agree with you. Stereoscopes are very popular at the moment. You can find one of these floating contraptions in lots of households in the capital currently.
But if these little machines are so affordable, surely there's no need to go around staring cross-eyed at pictures like you hate them.
But it's much more satisfying to be able to see the effect with your own eyes. Well, I think so in any case.
Stereoscopic pictures. I've never even heard of them until yesterday. Have you guys heard of them? We've certainly learned a lot about them, but I wonder if it's knowledge I'll ever actually need. Like, that's what I was saying, like, the knowledge is fine, but... Like, dude, we're trying to investigate, not have some playtime, you know? Okay, so and then we go ahead and investigate the kitty. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Here it is. Kitty. I want to look at this blood print. That is like what I'm focused on right now. Mr. Naruhodo, I don't know if you noticed, but there's something rather troubling here. I have noticed. The red smear, you mean? Yes, it looks like blood, doesn't it? I wonder if Susato-san picked up on that. Well, in that case, yes, we need Iris! We should show this to her before we forget. Cool. Now we get to slam it in her face. Show the 10-year-old some blood. We're gonna present.
Oh, that looks like blood!
I would say it's from a gloved finger. Almost certainly a glove made of leather.
Well, don't worry, Reno. You can leave the rest to me.
What color? It's purple. Look at that.
Yes, that's a color we haven't seen before, isn't it? You simply must add it to the portfolio of blood samples. It could be an important clue. Although, it would be nice to find out whose blood these different colors correspond to at some point.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, this particular stain of blood.
Oh, you have an idea, haven't you? Do you know whose blood this is?
I don't. I don't know. I actually, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Oh, wait a minute. It was 13th of February, or 15th of February, sorry. And if the truth of the matter is the fact that McGill actually did stab that motherfucker, so we do know what his blood. Okay, that makes more sense. That makes more sense. No, I think we do. Yes, I have an idea of whose blood it is. Not from the color it turned, but with a little detection.
That's right. I think it's clear. Iris, you know it as well? You first, Reno. What do you think it belongs to?
Alright, I believe that this is the blood of... Oops. I don't know, it's just a game theory, but... Definitely not his. Not his, not hers, but definitely his. I think. Thrice-fired Mason. Thrice-fired Mason? You don't sound very sure of yourself, the way you trade off there. Well, it was 2 months ago now, that case. And of course, I never met the victim, so I'm struggling to remember his name. He was definitely thrice-fired, though. The victim of the omnibus case? Yes, his name was indeed Mr. Thrice-fired Mason. But that would mean that this bloodstain was left on the ticket 2 months ago. Yes, I think it was. Gina brought this ticket here to Windibanks yesterday. I'm suggesting that the bloodstain was already on it at that time.
So is this mere blood from the time that Mr. Mason was killed 2 months ago?
Something else is coming back to me there. Mr. McGilded was also wearing leather gloves that night.
But he was about to pin it on Gina. Now I ask you, what good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fellow bleeding from his stomach? I wasn't about to start worrying about my gloves now, was I? I reached out to give the man a hand.
Well, now we know the truth. He really did give him a hand. The hand of death?
It certainly does look like a leather glove thumbprint, this mark. But we know that Mr. McGilded had no injuries at the time anywhere in his body. From what we can conclude, that any blood on the glove belonged to the victim, Mr. Mason. Mr. Naruhodo, you sound just like Mr. Sholmes.
I hope you mean that in the best way possible. Mine is, yeah, see, he knows what's up. Minus the quirky slip-ups, I hope.
Yes, I think you're right, Reno. Very well, let's make a note of this.
Cool. I want to see how it looks. Let me investigate that just a little bit. I just want to see. Okay, so it's just... Okay, so we know for a fact this man is thrice-fired Mason. And Mr. McGilded stabbed the motherfucker. Because he's a piece of shit. But we don't know whose blood this is. It could be Sholmes, actually, now that I think about it, because he was shot at. But, I don't know. Right now, we just don't know. Do we need to converse with you anymore? No, don't. We have to get through that, I guess. Is there anything else we need to look at? That ledger open on the counter there really isn't normal, isn't it? It must be an awful lot of work to keep track of all these hundreds of items in pawn.
It's too much to think about. Better to sell it all and have a clear head, if you ask me.
But clearly, Mr. Windibank was very careful when it came to the articles in his care. Okay, so we can't... Well, it might be time to go back there.
Behind that door is the storeroom, isn't it? That's what Grexy say.
Yes, and that's where I saw that dreadful scene last night. Through the little window on the door. Can we open it? I still don't like this. I still don't think that she did it. I mean, obviously she didn't do it. Mr. Windibank, face down on the floor with Gina beside him. And with those two guys, no. As the accuser's legal representative, you have the right to examine the scene, Mr. Naruhodo.
We must make a thorough investigation.
Yes, of course. And we will. Behind that door, that's the real scene of the crime.
Don't worry. If there are clues in there, I'll find them.
Girl, should we really be taking the 10-year-old? Oh, fuck. Oh, okay. Should we really be taking the 10-year-old? Oh, cool. Okay, now we can just go vibe back there. Poor Iris. She's clamped up completely. Yeah, like I said, let's take the fucking 10-year-old to the goddamn scene of the crime, where her, not only somebody fucking died, but where her best friend, you know, or her best friend fucking, you know, is accused of murdering someone. Hello?
Iris is bound to find this difficult. After all, Mr. Windibick's life was taken in this very room only last night.
I don't like... Oh! Wait, Inspector!
What is it now, Sunshine?
You took one look at me and tried to run away.
You think a Scotland Yard inspector would run away from some jumped up little defense lawyer, do ya?
I mean, you just did.
Well, I've never seen her ladyship looking like that before, is the thing. I didn't know what to say to her.
So you weren't running away from me. You were running away from a 10-year-old who's currently being traumatized.
I'm afraid this is all a little much for young Iris. Some gentle reassurance might go a long way, perhaps, Inspector. Don't trouble yourself unduly, your ladyship. I mean, at least you're not dead, are you?
This man is a fucking idiot. What? I don't think that went very well.
Why? Look, I'm in the middle of an investigation here, Sunshine. And I told you not to get under my feet.
Fuck you, buddy. We're still investigating.
And we have investigating to do ourselves.
Yes. I like to hear more of what the socially inept inspector has to say. Inquire into how Mr. Shum's operation is going. Oh boy! Oh god, oh god, oh god. You know what? Let's see what the good old inspector has. So, Inspector, what do you make of the crime scene here?
For sure! You've got eyes, haven't you? Use them!
I hate it when people say that. Like, come on, dude. Do your fucking job.
This is what it looks like. Nothing more, nothing less.
Iris, could you lend me a hand?
So, Gracie, what do you make of the crime scene here? Oh, yes, your ladyship. Do allow me to humbly explain. Last night at shortly after the hour of 1 o'clock in the morning, the Scotland Yard police attended the scene. The one and only door to the storeroom was found locked from the inside.
So how do they open it up? So it was locked from the inside. Well, we already knew that.
The lock appears to be broken now, though.
Was that the police officers doing?
Quite right, Mum. Quite right. We took the liberty of smashing the door in, as humbly as possible.
Oh.
As you can see, the victim was discovered prostrate on the floor, thus-wise. And next to the aforementioned body, we discovered the vile-gutted child. Are you talking about Ginny? She's my friend, you know, Inspector. Miss Lestrade. the hapless girl, was curled up on the floor, dead to the world.
Don't say it like that, sir. She's still alive, you know.
Yes, when I saw her, she appeared to be unconscious. I'm afraid to say, she had the gun that was used in her hand.
No!
Presumably it's the gun that fell down there on the floor now. In her pocket, we found the key to the door as well.
What? The key to the storeroom?
And you say the storeroom has been locked from the inside, Inspector? Correct. All of which leaves her ladyship's friend. It's something of a sticky situation, I'm afraid. Obviously, my personal opinion is that it's all some sort of misunderstanding.
Of course it is, Inspector. Of course it is. Well, how's he doing?
Rixie, do you know anything about Hurley? Is the operation finished? Is Hurley alright? Is he? Oh, well, the thing is,
Don't mince your words, Inspector. Please.
don't need to say that Mr. Schultz is... No! The operation's done and dusted. It's just a... well... out with it!
Man, your man's getting all fucked up, Mega Billion.
Yes, Mom. They use something called a general anesthetic. It's the latest thing. It renders the whole body insensitive.
Body? Anestheticized? Is that even possible? Oh yeah, that's right. I tried getting my history right with this. Then it's more likely that that this is still very new and they really don't know what to fucking do. And it's a risk.
It means the operation can be completed while the patient is fast asleep.
Goodness, in the Empire of Japan, we can just manage to provide laughing gas for a tooth extraction.
The trouble is, the latest thing isn't always the greatest thing if you follow my meaning. They couldn't get the medication to work at first, so it took hours for him to nod off, or so I hear. And now the obstacles, they can't get him to wake up, apparently.
Ah, shit. They use way too much. See, I heard of that happening, that they use too much. That's why I say, like, ah, fuck. Get your EPs ready for this, man.
Oh my! No one knows if it is the anesthetic still in the system or if the bloke's just plain exhausted.
It might be a little bit of both.
But anyway, all they can do is stand back and watch till he comes round again. The moment he opens his eyes, your ladyship, I swear I shall get word to you.
What a surprise. Even in matters of life and death, Mr. Sholmes has to do things his way. The only surgery story that I could think of was when I had to get my tongue. I actually forced. I guess that's the best way to put it. Since I still don't know how 17-year-old me managed to do it. But every time I would get sick, every single time I would get sick, my tonsils hurt. Like, it would affect my tonsils first before the rest of my body. So, like, especially if I had strep throat, guess what? That would affect the tonsils first. If I had a simple cold, it affected my tonsils. When I actually managed to get bronchitis when I was in middle school, guess what it affected? I actually couldn't breathe because my tonsils were very swollen. But my mom refused to get them out for me for whatever reason. Whatever. But eventually, I realized, I actually found out through because my school, I lived in a school of military officer kids and regular soldier kids, and basically kids from the army base, and I was one of them. And I found out, and I heard through the grapevine that if I didn't get this procedure done before a certain age, I would probably never get it out, and I would be basically suffering for the rest of my life. So I told my mom very specifically. I said, "Mom, I really need to get my tonsils out." She goes, "No, you don't need them. You don't need to get it out." And I said, "No, look, Mom, like I really need it. It's literally for my medical health. Like I literally." And I even told my mom, I said, "Mom, you were there every single time I got sick. I had to get, my tonsils are affected, like really bad. It was to a point where I literally couldn't breathe through my mouth because my tonsils will always get swollen." So finally, I'm in my senior year, and it's spring break, and someone like me, I didn't have a lot of friends. I didn't go out. I couldn't go out, even if I wanted to. So I just decided to use that spring break to actually get my tonsils out. And that's the only time I really had like anesthetic that knocked me out. But I just remember like waking up and just like talking about like fucking Alice in Wonderland and shit. Like I remember that much. And then and the only other time too is that I recently, as recent as either, was it this year? Was it this year or last year that I got my wisdom teeth removed? Well, anyways, I actually managed to get all 4 of my wisdom teeth removed. No, it was last year. Yeah, it was last year. Yeah, it was last year, and I was getting my retainer. Like I was doing the Invisalign thing because one of my grandma's wishes was to get my teeth straightened. And I've always wanted to get them done myself, but again, my mom wouldn't do it. Well, whatever. Now I finally got a chance to do it, and they actually said that the wisdom teeth, like in the lower half of my, or like in the bottom half of my mouth, was causing issues, and I had to get them removed. And not only, they were causing like issues, but not with just the retainer itself, but just in general for me. Like I remember like I was biting my cheeks. I was starting to bite my cheeks. I was scratching my cheeks, and it was just unpleasant. It was just awful. Like it was getting to that point where it was just like unbearable. So I actually managed to get all 4 of them removed. What's up, gamers? You're stuck in the airport for like a good half hour. Oh no! Are you heading back to college, Ash? I'm just telling a story of my wisdom teeth. So much has happened. So it turns out the pawnbroker died. The pawn man shop died, and Gina is blamed. Gina is blamed. Not only that, Gina told us that McGill really did murder the guy, the Three Fire Mason guy, and she was basically put between a rock and a hard place, so she had to do his bidding, and so she didn't admit whether or not. Oh, you just landed? Nice! I'm glad that you made it. You had a safe trip. Make sure you sleep forever. You need your beauty sleep. You need your rest. You can't believe Mr. Pawn Stars got killed. Well, okay, here's the thing. I was just going on about my anesthetic story, but but so far, Sherlock, or Sholmes, got shot. And he had a lot of trouble getting under anesthesia because he had a lot of coffee the night before. And now they're like, damn, we gave him too much. Fuck. And Susato is actually leaving us. She's heading to Japan first thing tomorrow, or endgame tomorrow, because her dad is sick. And he has the COVID, unfortunately. So she must go back and tend to him. But I guess we'll just be vibing in England by ourselves, in between games, I imagine. But yeah, like, back to my story, like, I just remember, like, oh man, I literally, you can't believe so much has happened, Ash, while you were flying. So much has happened, oh my god. It's ridiculous. And we're traumatizing a 10-year-old. This 10-year-old here is like, yeah, my mom died. She doesn't know that her dad really is the guy that died in the very first case, like in the very, very first case of the game. So there is a connection. Unfortunately, we're not going to be the ones to tell her that her dad kicked the bucket. And Sholmes has been taking care of her since his buddy went overseas, or her father went overseas. So she's traumatized, and then she's like, yeah, let's take the 10-year-old to a fucking crime scene. It's a lot. Yeah. You're like, pardon? It's a lot. It's a lot. And Sholmes apparently has AD. I honestly, and I don't mean this like in a funny way or anything like that, but like I really do feel like Sholmes is neurodivergent. Like, because apparently, according to Iris, when he finishes a case, he pretty much like memory dumps, and he's like, I'm just gonna move on. And apparently she says in some cases that he actually solves it again. And I'm like, yeah, that motherfucker is indeed. I trust him. I shouldn't say I trust him, but like, I understand, because it's like, he did a memory dump. So right now, we're just getting updates from Gregory here, Gregsy, that Sholmes has been way under the anesthetic for a little longer than necessary. So, you know, I don't think he's gonna die, but yeah, we're gonna be defending Gina, and we're just investigating and then getting to the bottom of this, really. And she was being sued about like, oh, you can't help me, I'm terrible, blah blah blah, and it's like, yeah, but you're still a child, like, you were part. I mean, that's when she admitted that she was put between a rock and a hard place, so it's a lot. But yeah, going back to my wisdom teeth story, I literally remember being put to sleep, and then I woke up thinking, like, did they do it? What? Did they? Like, it really didn't even feel that long. I really just, like, closed my eyes, opened my eyes, and it was done. That's how incredible anesthesia is, but I imagine back then, they don't know what's too much and what's too little, and because this dumbass here drank a lot of coffee, and they gave him a lot of extra anesthesia, and so now they're just like, oh, we're just waiting for him to wake up at this point. And apparently he got hit in the artery, it was a lot, Ash. You'll have fun in the VODs. So it's a lot. I mean, I guess, Rexa, whatever. There is so much to investigate here, like, I don't know. Look at all these articles that have been deposited. The room is stuffed full of them.
I can't believe how many there are. A bicycle, a gramophone, musical instruments, even some enormous paintings. Look!
This is a different people's lives. Quietly gathering dust in here together. There's something very peaceful about the atmosphere here. Or at least there would be, if not for the chocolate lying on the floor and the policeman shuffling around. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention too, that in the midst of finding the dead body, Ryunosuke actually chased two guys, mysterious blokes, who clearly did it. We just gotta figure out who they are and gotta prove it, but of course they got away. But the thing about it is that the problem is that we found Gina in the storeroom with the body and the gun that was used to put him out with. But again, the thing about it is that what's it called? She was knocked out. So I don't know, man. I know those two guys did it because we know Gina wouldn't do it. Like, she's a pickpocket. She's a blowhard, but she wouldn't do that.
Not much I can do about that, Sunshine.
Okay, whatever, dude. Out of all the articles in the storeroom, this is the only thing that shows any sign of being ransacked. What is it, Iris?
That's the box file with my manuscript was being kept in.
Oh! Iris's unpublished story, The Hound of the Baskervilles. Oh yeah, and then this story here, the reason why apparently Iris got into her dad's diaries too, and using his diaries and shit to basically publish the stories that is popular. But for some reason, Sholmes isn't telling her why she shouldn't publish that one right away, and he pawned it. And just like that's kind of a dick move though, dude. What the fuck? Surely that's not what all this is.
Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, he sold it. Without telling you.
Unless that's the reason why she came back.
You must look inside the box at once.
Yes.
It was there. Iris's story was there.
Really? It was? Well, that's good news, isn't it, Iris?
Yes. I mean, of course I believe Harry when he said he deposited it here. But still,
I mean, yeah, still. Gina gave her that seed of doubt.
it's a relief to actually see it.
I bet. I'm already upset at Sholmes for depositing it in the first place, but if he actually sold it, that would have been even worse. Really? Because that's not a very well-hidden frown. So we found it. Can we examine it? I'm curious. I want to look at it. Can't find anything at the place. Okay. Well, it's on pink paper. No judgment. In fact, I would love that. That's cute though. That's a little stamp. I guess there's nothing we can really look at. The gun. The police have marked the position of the body with chalk line.
Poor Mr. Windermere. He was a nice old man.
Well, he was shot just once through the heart. Most likely the fellow died. He wouldn't have such a thing. I don't know if you should be telling this 10-year-old child, Inspector, but go off, I guess. This must be his blood, then. I don't like to ask such a wretched time. This game is a soap opera. It really is. Like, now it's like, this is the pace that I feel like the game really should have been the entire way. But we'll get to that when it's time. And that's saying something, given how soap opera, yeah. No, it really is. Like, a lot's happened in this, just in this, like, this stream alone. It's enough for me to be like, but y'all should have just done this in the first place. I don't like to ask at such a wretched time, Iris, but I wonder if perhaps...
Don't worry, Susie. I'm ready for action.
I can't believe, I just realized that Iris could be Peppa Pig. And she shoots. Oh god, please let it be green. Blue? Then whose blood is...
So, now we know the color the chemical turns when it reacts to Mr. Windibake's blood. And it doesn't match our analysis of the bloodstain we found in the main shop. No, but let's add the sample to the others that we've already collected anyway.
Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to mention, Iris has this thing where you shoot at it and you can determine what color, or I guess you can determine what blood types are. Where is it? So we found this blood on the calendar. I want to say that shows blood. Now, I figured out that this, after everything that Gina has told us, this is definitely the thrice-fired Mason blood right here, thanks to McGilded. And we know for a fact this is Pop Windibank. His blood, so I don't know. I think this is Sholmes. I really do think it's Sholmes. When you eliminated The possibilities only impossible remains, I guess. This is a revolver! A real one! Quite possibly the murder weapon it used to take Mr. Windibank's life!
What's the matter, Susie? You and Renu look like you're about to faint.
I mean, there was a body in here, Iris!
Well, it's just that I've rarely seen a gun in the flesh.
I've had issues with guns in the past. Yeah, you fucking pick him up like a fucking idiot. I'm still mad at him for that.
But anyway, we saw Mr. Windibank with this yesterday, didn't we?
I shall have to take my own life. I guess he fulfilled that destiny? Question mark? Must be the same gun. And last night, when I looked through the spy hole in the door in the storeroom here, this is how we found Gina, by the way. That was the same gun I saw in Gina's hand. I don't like this, chat.
Mr. Windibank told us that he's only ever had a single bullet loaded in his revolver, didn't he?
Well, did anybody check? Did anybody check if that was actually gone?
Well, it's empty now. The one and only bullet he had in his gun has been fired.
Okay, well never mind, that takes care of that. So we can be fairly certain that only a single shot was fired from his revolver. I don't like this one bit. Why is there... Iris?
Don't worry, I'm alright. We must find the true culprits.
Yes, absolutely. Is there anything else we haven't checked? Wait, did I miss something? Didn't know what to do with that. Inspector Gregson, could you give me your opinion about this, do you think? You don't tend to share, Sunshine. Not with the general public. So when do we find out Gina and Iris are sister? Oh fuck, I don't fucking know. Cause Gina was actually supposed to spend the night at Iris's house, or in Iris's room specifically, so probably any minute now.
In that case, Grexy, how about some herbal tea?
I need to drink it.
Lovely. Thank you very much. That really hit the spot. Your ladyship.
Don't mind sharing that then. He's fucking useless. Is there anything in this? Is there anything I missed? Okay. Yeah. We know it's in there. We have it in our thing. I feel like I'm missing something. Yeah. Yes, 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 yeah. Huh. And last night, when you looked there, that's where we see it. So, why are we... Is there something we missed? I guess that's everything. Let's see, what have we missed? Has to be something. Oh yeah, we also got a whole ass lesson on the stereoscopes, like we needed it. Okay. Green blood. It just seems wrong somehow. Oh, there are all sorts of different colors. There are pretty pinks and purples too, you know. Like I said, everyone's blood is different. I wonder what color my blood would turn out. Actually, I don't want to know. Do we need to talk to those cops? Check this one more time. Can we look at the dust? Too much to think about, okay. No. Is there something missing? I guess what more do we need? God, Ash, if you did predict the fact that they're long lost sisters, I'm gonna scream. Do you want to talk about this?
Oh, my manuscript. Mr. Show said he deposited in Winterbake's and he had. But it's so strange. What is it about this particular story? I worked so hard on it. I even did it on NaNoWriMo. Why would Hurley say I can't publish it?
I'm afraid I have no idea. All you could do is wait until he's ready to tell you, I suppose.
Oh, maybe. It's because of Hurley isn't it enough. Maybe I didn't give him enough good lines.
If you're right, you're gonna lose your marbles. I'm gonna yell. Yes?
Maybe.
I wish I could say that definitely isn't the reason, but I can't. Can we talk? Maybe he knows something about the manuscript after all. Gregson, explain this.
Is that what I think it is? Your ladyship latest? Yes, my latest story. It's called The Hound of the Bakersfields. A most fascinating title, your ladyship. Fascinating! And I do suppose. Would there be any mention of my humble self in the tale at this time? Good question. I can't really remember. I see. What would you, your ladyship? How just to await its publication with eager anticipation.
You need its word, Inspector. I'm sure if you do appear, you won't be doing anything particularly remarkable.
You looking to be arrested, Sunshine?
I didn't mean it like that. And even if I did, you wouldn't have bitten her ladyship's head off, would you? Well, maybe he has something to say about this. Inspector Gregson, could you give me your opinion about this? Do you think?
We don't tend to share, Sunshine. Not with the general public.
In that case, Grexy. Okay, yeah, he's just gonna repeat himself. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, yeah, I forgot about this. Oops. I think that's what I needed to do. Inspector, what do you make of this? Ah, what have we here? A redemption ticket for an article deposited here, is it? Looks like someone ran out of the office stationery and wrote the ticket over whatever paper was to have. Yes. Yes, this is the ticket for McGilda's overcoat. The one that little diver turned off with yesterday. Oh, actually no, it's not. Really? Think you know better than me, do ya? No, I didn't mean to.
Reno's right, Grexy. It isn't the same ticket.
Of course it isn't. Of course it isn't. I never doubted you, your ladyship.
So, what's this all about then, if I may be so bold as to ask? This is a second ticket.
A second one? It seems that Mr. McGilda had in fact had another article in storage here at Windibanks. That's right. I think we need to discuss this further with the inspector, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh good, because he's ever so easy to talk to. Well, with Iris here, it should be fine. Okay, now we can. This ticket was in one of the pockets of Mr. McGilda's overcoat. You mean to tell me? Yes, there is more than just a music box disc, if it seems. I should have insisted on the lads taking it back to the yard and examining it properly. Well, according to the details on this ticket, Mr. McGilda deposited another article here with Mr. Winbank. Yes, I can see it written here. A small box, was it?
Do you have any idea where it is, Grexy? Any idea at all? It's another article belonging to Mr. McGilda. It could be an important clue.
Well, yes. I suppose it could be. Iris is like, if you don't fucking hand it to me now, they'll be drawing you on the floor next. Hey, stop looking at me with those big turquoise eyes, all full of hope and expectation. Yes, Queen. Yes. It's too much pressure. I'll lose me marbles, I will. I'll go barking. I can't believe Ash predicted the next set of dialogue. This is no time for dog confessions, Inspector. That's enough sauce from you, Sunshine. There is one thing that springs to mind. According to this ticket, the redemption deadline's already passed, hasn't it?
Oh yes, of course. Articles are held for only 2 months. So the small box will no longer be in here.
Theoretically. That's right. It's been forfeited.
Which means it could be on the shelves in the front of the shop, where the forfeited items are offered for sale.
Yes, the shelves in the front. We must search them at once. You're wasting your time.
Oh!
There are dozens of little boxes out there. Hundreds of them. We can't possibly know which one might have been McGilda's. That information is not written in the ledger. Oh, damn it all, damn it all, damn it all!
Well, I think we should have at least a look, just in case.
Of course, your ladyship, of course. Very sensible of you, I'm sure. This is getting old. Yeah, it's getting old real quick. I'm tired of you.
Oh, I nearly jumped out of my skin there. How could Mr. Winterbeak set such a wicked trap?
I doubt he set out to scare anyone. Is that really the time? I think perhaps we should pay Gina another visit soon. Oh? Her trial is tomorrow. We must establish whether or not you will be defending her. I think we should ask her one more time. She may have changed her mind.
Don't you remember, Reno? You told her she could rip up the representation papers if she didn't want you to be her lawyer.
Really? Did I say that?
Yes, you did.
The deadline for submitting the paperwork is fast approaching. In that case, we better hurry back to the prison and talk to Gina again. Well, time to mosey on out, I guess. Let's take the 10-year-old to the fucking prison, I guess. Again. For the second time. Damn it. Ah, Gina. Good. You're back. The police must have finished questioning her then.
Oh, how was it, Ginny? Was it awful?
Eh? Oh, it didn't bother me. Thank you for the papers you signed before. It meant we were able to investigate at Windibanks. Oh, right.
Didn't you want to know how we got home? We've been ever so busy.
What's the point in asking? Won't change what everyone's saying. That I did it. But we know you did it. There's no way.
That's not...
Gina, we came to ask for your final decision.
Eh? What decision?
About tomorrow's trial. Will you let me defend you or not? I must submit the paperwork now if you'd like Mr. Naruhodo to represent you. Right, I see. She's really lost her fight all of a sudden. But I know that feels like. The worry is just so hard to bear. Alright. Time to talk to her. Alright, Gina.
Oh, alright then. Blimey, give it a rest with them eyes, Iris. So come on then, fill us in. Who done it?
Unfortunately, we don't know that yet.
You don't say.
We don't know yet, Gina. But Mr. Naruhodo and all of us know that you're innocent of this crime. And while we haven't yet managed to work out who the real culprit is, there are a number of interesting facts that we have managed to establish.
Oh yeah? Like what?
Well, for example, the reason for you being there in the first place. I think I know now why you broke into Windibanks that night. It looks like I'm gonna have to take some evidence that clearly reveals the reason and thrust it in Gina's face. Or I could present it to her calmly, I suppose. Yeah, you need to relax on that, Renosuke. Well, I think we should probably present it first. We found this in Mr. Windibank's storeroom. The manuscript of Iris's latest story.
Oh, right. Well, that's good then.
Curiously, the storeroom at Windibank showed no sign of being ransacked for items of value or the like, with one exception, the box file that housed this manuscript. It was you, wasn't it, Gina, who broke open the box containing the manuscript last night?
Huh?
You were determined to find out whether or not the Hound of the Baskervilles was really there. That's the real reason you broke into the storeroom last night, isn't it?
Oh!
Why don't you tell us what happened? Please. We already have the representation papers and other documents we need. All we have to do is hand them to the court clerk. That is, if you'll allow me to represent you in court tomorrow.
Nah, don't bother. Ginny. Rip them up and chuck them, would ya? Them representation papers or whatever they're called. This cell ain't fast enough to Abbott me.
So, what will you do in court tomorrow?
I'll be fine on my own.
I don't think you will.
Look, it don't matter. What's gonna happen is gonna happen. This is one stubborn pickpocket. Oh, Gina. Alright, yeah. This Baskerville story is the latest Shells adventure, right? But they ain't been printed yet. So I figured it's gotta be worth a fair few pieces of silver, right?
Oh yes, at least £5,000.
What?
So, you attempted to sell Iris's manuscript, did you?
No. Ginny, how could you? What? Wait, no, hang on. Of course I was going to sell it. All I wanted to do was find out if the manuscript or whatever you call it was really there or not. That's the only reason I was there in the first place.
For Iris's sake. Isn't that right?
Ah!
You knew why you done it from the start, Gina. Of course we did.
But I knew you would do anything mean like that, Ginny. I just knew it. Well,
When I saw the manuscript in the storeroom, it reminded me of what you said the night before.
grown-ups do a lot worse than that, believe me. Barefaced liars, the lot of them. You just ain't realized it yet. Oh, Gina. I don't blame her, but still. I'm telling you, that manuscript ain't at Winterbanks. You'd soon seen if you had a look.
If I'm honest, I have wondered if Hurley's telling me the truth sometimes. I mean, that I sometimes wonder if he might have hidden my manuscript somewhere. Somewhere I don't know. Even though it's wrong of me to doubt him.
Oh, Ginny, that was so sweet of you. Alright. I'll tell you why I did it. Just stop looking at me like that, Iris.
So, what's your reason?
It wasn't because of Iris. That's not why I did it. I just wanted to know the truth, that's all.
You wanted to know if Mr. Sholmes was being honest? If he really deposited the manuscript at Winterbanks?
It's like I told you the night before. I never had a father.
But Iris' lot ain't like mine.
She got her dad, but she can't see him. And I reckon that's got to be harder.
Aw, she loves her like a sister. Looking at it intensely.
That's why she writes her stories. They're about her dad, really. That's what it sounded like to me anyway. But last night, when I was listening to what you were saying...
Stories about Daddy? You mean they're not the adventures of a great detective, so much as the adventures of a great detective and his trusting partner?
Well, that's how I see it, yeah?
You're so thoughtful and so kind, Ginny. Yes, and we never thought any differently, did we?
Look! Give it a rest, will ya? I hate all this dummy nonsense. Do it, yeah? I hate it! I don't trust no one, right? That's how I work. Cause if you don't trust no one can let you down.
Oh, poor baby.
So leave me alone. Go on, Scarpa.
You're not leaving anytime soon. You know that, right? I hadn't noticed until now, but it's unmistakable right there on both sleeves of that overcoat. Hold on. You're right. There are some very suspicious red stains.
What? Why are you looking at me like that?
I think it might be worth presenting some of our other findings in that area. Yeah, we need to find out what the fuck is going on. This child is being a silly little child. I don't blame her for being scared and all, but like, come on. Those stains on the sleeves of your new coat, Gina. They're blood, aren't they? Not that I know whose blood yet.
What? But blood, Mr. Naruto.
You don't appear to have any obvious wounds yourself, though. So could it be blood that spattered from Mr. Windebag when he was shot last night?
Let's not beat around the bush here. This trusty friend of mine will results much faster than anything else. Take it easy, Iris.
She's really gonna shoot her into jail.
Don't move, Ginny. I'm going to shoot.
F for the chat? Oh my god. Oh. Ew.
Oh my.
What the? Forget the sleeves. The whole coat is covered in blood. Of course. Wait a minute. The black of the color of the fabric was masking the stains. That's why we haven't seen them until now. Wait a minute. We did identify the purple blood, though. We did identify it. Okay, we don't know. It's Mason's blood. Oh my god. Oh my god. Y'all. McGilda did it. He really killed him. Oh my god. We defended him. And he almost got off, too. Hello? And the blood has reacted with the chemical to turn a purple color, which matches one of the samples we've already collected perfectly.
Yes, now let's see. Who had the purple blood? Aha! Yes, it was the Brickmaster, Mr. Mason, the victim of the murder case 2 months ago.
You knew it too, Ash, didn't you? Once again, predicting shit.
What are you on about? The victim? What do you mean?
It's a rather uncomfortable situation, Mr. Naruto, but I think this makes things quite clear. It means the omnibus case is finally solved. The truth about who really murdered the Brickmaster, Mr. Mason, is revealed.
Oi! Would someone explain what's going on? Stop telling us a story!
Shit, man. Shit, man. We can see now that the victim's blood is all over Mr. McGilda's overcoat. But in the trial 2 months ago, the defendant said this in his testimony.
Now I ask you this, what good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fella bleeding from his stomach? I was about to start worrying about my gloves now, was I? I reached out to give the man a hand.
But if you look at this overcoat now, it's clear. These stains could have been arisen from Mr. McGilda trying to pull the victim to his feet. No, if that was what had really happened, the blood would have splashed all over the front of the coat. The only explanation for this pattern of blood is that it splattered over McGilda's coat when he stabbed the victim in the stomach. Fuck, man. I've tried to run from the truth for long enough, but there's no escaping it now. The true culprit in that case, Mr. Mason's killer, Magnus McGilded. Mr. Naruto, that horrible case is solved at last, and I helped that man walk free from that trial. But you didn't know. Like, we didn't have time to investigate. We didn't have time to do shit. And not to mention, she was forced to lie. I used all that twisted testimony and all that sham evidence to prove his innocence. How could I have let that happen? Rinu? Did you believe him, though? Did you believe Mr. McGilda was innocent?
believed, or rather, I think I was trying to believe. I wanted to, because believing in those who represent in court is the defense lawyer's greatest weapon. A weapon? You have to, though. Before we came to Great Britain, a great friend of mine taught me a very valuable lesson. You mean Kazuma-sama? We miss you, King. I miss my big sexy! Listen, Renosuke. We lawyers are only human. We can't know for sure what is the truth and what is the lie. Which is why we must resort to our primary weapon. An unwavering belief in our clients. That's all we really have. Unwavering belief? Only when we truly believe what our clients tell us can we fight with everything we have for their cause. In any battle, there could be no victory without faith. So I believe you, unwaveringly. I miss you, King! No! What's funny, Gina?
Cool. Sounds like this empire of Japan where you come from. Everyone must be soft.
Oh, girly, please don't start that. No.
Well, come on. Look at the mess it's got you into, believing in that big bald trotter.
Yes, I inadvertently helped a murderer walk free, but he's dead, so...
Well, at least you learnt your lesson now, eh? Believing in people's never worth it. Someone's always stops you in the back in the end.
Soon as you lift your guard, got it.
Take a leaf out of my book. Believe no one, get hurt by no one.
Gina, may I ask you something?
What?
I'd just like to be absolutely sure. What would you like us to do with these representation papers for tomorrow's trial?
How many times do I have to say it? Rip him up and chuck him away.
Are you really sure that's what you want?
I bet that's what he wants, no mouth. Mr. I'm a believer lawyer over there.
No.
Don't forget it was me in that trial 2 months ago. I led everyone up the garden path, didn't I? And you're telling me you can believe me and me after that?
Likely. Well, Mr. Naruto, lawyer's primary weapon is an unwavering belief in his clients. Ultimately, it comes down to whether or not I feel like to trust Gina after everything has happened. But you know what? The reason why, there has to be another reason why, well, besides being an orphan and all that, she doesn't have anybody else to defend her. And I know in my heart of hearts that she's innocent. So we're gonna trust her. Gina, let me say it again. Please allow me to represent you in tomorrow's trial.
Eh? Are you half-baked?
Not at all. You've not once admitted to committing the crime, have you? What's more, I believe that you're telling me the truth.
Seriously? Oh, Mr. Naruto? Didn't you hear what I said before? I'm a born liar. Refuse to strip off your tongue. And I'm a diver, don't forget. I pulled the wool over your eyes 2 months ago and got you in all sorts of trouble.
Well, you're clearly feeling bad about it if you won't shut up about it.
Why would you ever trust me now? I just don't get it.
Gina, I do understand why you choose not to put your trust in others. But I assure you, there's more to this life that you yet realize.
What do you mean?
The world we live in is full of people you would do very well to trust. People who won't ever let you down. And you know what's the kicker? I think Susato and her, they're the same age. Let me double check actually. Now I'm curious. Yeah, she's 16. Okay, she's 17, so Gina is actually older than Susato by a year. It's true that I'm just a student of law, and I'm certainly lacking in courtroom experience. But I can promise you this. Whatever happens, and until my very last breath, I am completely on your side.
Well, what do you expect me to say to that?
Aw, baby.
Then it's decided. I will take these papers now and carry out the necessary preparations for tomorrow's trial. It would be a shame to throw them away now after it's been penned with your name so beautifully. Do what you like. You Eastern Lot are... Huh? Oh, I don't know what you are. I don't get you.
We did it, chat. We finally get to represent Gina in court. Gina's taken herself off to the back of her cell. She never admitted, but I hope she's feeling relieved. That turned out alright in the end, I think. It has to. It's gonna be alright, right? Whoever's hiding there, show yourself at once. Eavesdropping is the height of cowardice. Miss Susato? Somebody is there in the shadows. I can sense it. Somebody who wasn't there before. What? Oh God, please, no more crimes. I'm tired. Blimey, you're sharp, eh? Sholmes? Oh, this motherfucker. Suppose you weren't using one of those mystic Japanese arts, like the art of stealth I've heard so much about. If anyone was being stealthy, it was you, Inspector.
Grexy!
Oh dear me, I'm most terribly sorry. Your ladyship, I didn't mean to startle you.
How long have you been listening in to our conversation?
Good grief, listening in?
No, 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 no! I just got word that there were some visitors who were refusing to leave even though it was after hours. I assure you, your ladyship, I only just arrived. This very minute, not a moment earlier. That's all it is. Nothing untoward, nothing at all.
After hours? Is it that late already?
So then, I humbly excuse myself now, your ladyship. Ta-ta, toodaloo, cheerio, all the best, bye, bye, bye.
And that's a lot of farewells, and not one of them appropriate to her ladyship. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, Ash, if you're still here, that he's simping, not really simping, but he's sucking up to her because of her, that she writes that he's a good cop and all, that he actually got a raise from it. So he's just making sure that his bag is sealed. I don't blame him, but it's kind of weird. But it's not like weird. It's not too weird. It's not anime weird. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all. That's that on that. And it's okay if you fell asleep. I know you just had you just flew in, so you're good.
Oh, but I wanted to have a chat.
I'm terribly sorry, but time is pressing at the minute.
Oh, I see. That's a shame. If I don't get this emergency at the Supreme Court dealt with the sharpish, Lord Strongheart will... Emergency?
Lord Strongheart?
Nothing! Forget I said anything!
Anyway, I'm off.
Alright, Rexy, if you have to. But let's chat soon. Delighted, charmed, can't wait, if you please, my pleasure.
That's a lot of pleasantries, and not one of them sounded sincere.
Rexy is funny. Grexy's so funny. He says such silly things.
It's certainly entertaining to see an inspector of the police fawning to a 10-year-old girl. Just keep it like that, buddy. But anyway, I wonder what this emergency is at the Supreme Court. Well, we'll never know, I guess. I must attend the court clerk's office now before it closes. Yes, of course. Thank you, Mrs. Sato. kindly escort Iris home now, Mr. Naruhodo. I shall meet you there later. Nothing better fucking happened to her. I'm tired. I'm so tired. So our investigation came to an end. Susato-san went to file the necessary papers for my defense of Gina on the following day. And then it hit me. I could no longer suppress the wretched feeling that had to be gnawing away in my insides. Tomorrow, Susato-san will be leaving Britain and making her way back to Japan. Well, she's doing her best, you know? Naruhodo-san, it's been a very trying day, hasn't it? I do hope you're not too exhausted. What about you, Susato-san? Today has been even more trying for you, I'm sure. Her shows was shot before our eyes. Gina was arrested. All on the back of the news that her father has fallen ill and that she must return to Japan at once. I hope your father recovers soon. Thank you for your kind words. I wonder why it is that so many thoughts rage in my head like a storm. And yet, I seem unable to find the words to express any of them. I know exactly what you mean. Anyway, I have one final task to complete as your judicial assistant. Once that is done, I shall make preparations for my departure tomorrow. One final task. It's just 2 months since we arrived in London. But we managed to establish this office. It was finally freeing as though we were settling in. I would be lying if I said I felt no regret. I'm so sorry, Susato-san. It's just so sudden. I really don't know what to think. I have no time to gather my thoughts. I know we've only been here a short time, but in my limited experience at the courtroom, I feel I've learned something. And what would that be? It seems to me there are many facets to people's personalities. Facets? And like a jewel, the light plays off them in complex patterns, illuminating their actions and their motives. But we only see a small number of the total facets, and what is illuminated is only part of the whole story. What lies in the shadows? What do those facets we cannot see look like? Perhaps there are some parts we'll never lay eyes on, for as long as we live. That's so true. Sometimes I feel as though I'm blind to so much. I keep hoping that one day it will all become clear, that all the facets will be illuminated, and I'll finally understand how everything fits together. Naruhodo-san, I suppose what matters is that we keep our eyes open and keep moving forward, even if the way sometimes seems dark. It's amazing to think it's just been 2 months. You've grown so much. Sorry? I've what? No, it was nothing unimportant. Oh, Susato, you're still just a baby yourself. Do you know what time you will leave London in the morning? Yes, I picked up my ticket earlier. I shall be leaving here at 4 a.m. I see. Well, I'll escort you to the station. Absolutely not. Sorry? I'm sure you realize why I couldn't possibly let you do that. You have a very important day ahead of you tomorrow. Gina's trial. Yes, I know, but every word you uttered will have the potential to determine Gina's fate. You must get as much rest as possible. Even though, like me, I'm sure you will find it hard to sleep. But please, for me, do try. Well, what's your task, Mr. Sato? You mentioned your final task a moment ago. What do you mean? Oh my, I nearly forgot. Please, Please, I want you to have this. What is that? Some huge bundle of documents? It's my notes. The case 2 months ago. The murder that was committed on the omnibus. Oh, the Begilded case. It seems to me that this case of Mr. Windibank's murder, of which Gina is accused, is very much tied up with that omnibus case, in ways that are not yet completely apparent. So I took the liberty of consolidating my writings about the case for you. With everything else she's had to think about, Sato-san still managed to do this, and all neatly laid out for me in her beautiful handwriting. It was my pleasure. I can only hope that it will bolster your case tomorrow for Gina. Thank you so much, Sato-san. I will do my best to use it wisely. You really are the best judicial assistant in the world. Well, that's extremely flattering. But I'm sorry to say that I've been a complete failure. Sorry? I didn't quite catch what you said there. Oh! Ignore me. I was just mumbling to myself. Like this at all. Well, it's getting rather late. Let me look at this first. I feel like I'm gonna need it. Okay. Defendant Renosuke conviction was assured. However, a surprise forth versus his acquittal due to insufficient evidence. Okay. That's only. I think you should go to bed now, Naruhodo-san. I must finish packing up my things in my room. Susato-san, I wish you the very best of luck tomorrow. Good night. Wait! There's something I need to say. Hiya! What was that? A secret technique of mine. The Susato shutdown. Shutdown? Please, I implore you. If we have to voice our goodbyes, I won't be able to hold back my tears. Truly had been a trying day. On our feet for hours, getting Gina to open up to us, and learning the truth about that nemesis of a case. Physically and mentally, I was exhausted, and yet the idea of sleep seemed impossible. But I forced myself to close my eyes, as a cacophony of scenes of our lives here in London played through my mind. Eventually, my fatigue triumphed, and I fell into a deep sleep. Nothing bad better happened to Susato. I swear to God. Hello? Yes, I quite understand. That is a great weight off my mind. Is that Sholmes? Hello? Rest assured, I shall put everything in place exactly as we have discussed. Thank you so much. It has been an honor and a pleasure to be acquainted with you, Mr. Sholmes. On the contrary, the pleasure has been mine. What is going on? I bid you farewell, and Godspeed. Susato? Yeah, it's Susato. My dear madam. So he's awake. Oh boy. That was quite the adventure. I'm gonna stop here tonight. And we will continue start with the trial. We will start with the trial on Friday. So, and if you're just watching the YouTube, don't worry about it. Just go to the next video and enjoy the next video. Thank you so much for joining me. If you guys are awake or guys are still here, I appreciate you so much. My goal, remember my goal is to get one more subscriber for the year. At least one more subscriber. So that is the goal. That is the goal. So in any case, thank you so much for joining me tonight. And stay warm, stay hydrated, get vaccinated, and stay wearing a mask. I'm just gonna stop there. So yeah. Take care. I love you all. Bye.